says we're on.
All right. First of all, we want to say all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh,
Bashem,
Yahweh,
Kakadash. Want to give double honors unto our elders, our apostles of GMS, and shalom out there to the whole full elect, teaching the truth in all sincerity, man. We're just going to, jump into it, man. We're going to start in Jeremiah 49 because war is on the horizon, man. Right? And these nations are preparing for war. Okay? Iran are making their intentions more clear. What they're prepared to do. Talking what they may or may not have in terms of nuclear weaponry.
Yeah.
Right? Really telling Israel, look, man, fuck around and find out. Because Israel's doing the most right now. The least of the flock shall draw them out. Right? And they're causing all kinds of chaos in the Middle East right now. And that's why all these armies that around the world are going to end up down there to fight in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, in the Battle of Armageddon. Right? Which is the same thing. Right? So we're going to jump into it. Bro, start with that.
This is Jeremiah 49 and 12. For thus said the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup of Ashur the drunken.
Right? So this is talking about us, the children of Israel, right? We have incurred the Most High's wrath, even though we be chosen people. Right? We was meant to be blessed, right? But the Lord told us if we didn't keep his laws, such commandments, the Lord was going to send curses upon us. So we've drunk the cup of the Lord. That's why we're in captivity in the hand of you Edomites right now. Suffering. Right? You Edomites are not going to ride up into the sunset with no repercussions for what you've done to us. Right? So you're going to have to drink the cup too. Right? Go on now.
And art thou, he that shall altogether go unpunished.
So you go unpunished. Are you going to get away with it? If I made my children to drink of this cup of this wrath, you think you're going to go get away scot-free? No. There's no possible way that's gonna happen. Nobody on the planet has ever got away with wickedness. All right? And you're the king of wickedness. You know, as the king of wickedness, man. Right? Go on.
Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
Right. So this is what we keep telling you. You will surely drink, without a doubt. Right? You will pay for your wickedness, man. Your crimes against us, your crimes against the people, the planet, everything. You have to pay.
Yeah. The crimes against humanity.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Crimes against humanity, man, because you're just the worst thing ever to exist. Right?
Even the animals.
Even you're troubling the animals. The animals are beaching themselves on the shore. Like all kinds of things because they're sick. Just like the people are sick. These people are not in their right minds, man. They're fucked up because you've been fucking with them. With the air, the water, the food.
I was gonna say that the earth is sick. The earth is vomiting up right now.
Yep.
All the corrosion, the pollution that this devil's cast around the whole
all your inventions that's supposed to be so great.
Wicked inventions.
Yeah.
All that's vomiting itself up right now. And it's just truth is declaring, like it tells you in Psalms, man, truth shall spring out of the earth. And the truth is this gospel that we're preaching, that you devils are going into, servitude, man. You're going into slavery for the atrocities that you've committed on the earth and the atrocities you committed against the sons of the Heavenly Father, man, the children of Israel, man.
Yeah, that's right. Precept. Yep. Revelation 11:18. It says, "And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth."
Yeah, destroy them that destroy the earth, man, because you're responsible, right? You like to take the credit for all the so-called good things that you do, right? But never none of the bad stuff. You are responsible for the condition of the earth. You robbed and raped and pillaged it, and brought all these technologies, which is double-edged sword. On one hand, they're kind of good, they're helpful, right? But they have a destructive element to them, and you never balance that off, because the destruction that it causes is greater than the good it brings.
Exactly. Like the atomic weapons. Like Oppenheimer, when he had dreams and was salivating of creating an atomic weapon, he didn't have to do that, but the Lord put it in his spirit to do that anyway, because it goes into the scriptures, Psalms 57 chapter, 58 chapter, 17th verse. He created the smith to blow, or 54th chapter, Salakia. He created the smith that blow up the coals in the fire. So the Lord put the inspiration in his devil's head to create such a destructive weapon. And ultimately, it's going to be the weapon that's going to bring down your whole empire, man. That atomic nuclear weaponry. That's going to be because that's why it says you furbished your sword, your blessing of the sword. You furbished it. You perfected your technology, and now you're able to not only to split that atom, but make it nuclear, man. Make it devastating in the way it's going to destroy empires within a couple of hours, man.
And-
And it won't
and-
take an hour to destroy America.
and these long-lasting effects.
Yeah.
You know, you don't care about these things. Right? You don't care about the damage that it leaves behind.
The repercussions and that.
Yeah, he doesn't care about repercussions. You know, that's just something that you're gonna have to deal with because he does it. He does what he wants.
I've got something real quick.
Oh, no.
Psalms 58 and 1. It says in the heading, prayer for the punishment of the wicked. It says to the chief musician of Astelish, Mishim of David, says, do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men?
Right?
The
So,
answer is no.
so yeah, you're the ruler in this earth. You're responsible. You're responsible for what happens in your domain. Right? And since you claimed the whole earth, essentially, you're responsible for the whole earth. Don't be blaming, the Hamites because they're destabilized. That's your fault.
Or blame climate change.
Yeah. Or blame like the South Americans because they're underdeveloped. It's you.
Yeah,
You know, because these men they try to blame these guys for climate change, but you're responsible for the third industrial revolution.
exactly.
You're responsible for that. You're bringing all this fucking supposedly all this CO2 in the air, destroying shit.
Yeah.
Why are you making these men pay for it?
Yeah, you
They got nothing to do with that shit.
Okay.
You know, your companies are in the nation polluting.
Just real quick, it's the thing with Esau. He wants to take credit for everything, but when it comes to the blame, he doesn't want to
Yeah.
own it.
Yeah. They hold themselves not guilty.
Yeah.
And this is why the Most High is going to hold you accountable for everything that you've done.
Yeah.
Right. And this is what we're telling you. Edomites don't like it because that sullies the idea of your greatness. Right. But you got things to pay for, man.
There's nothing.
And you get to get away with it because you're in control right now and no one's making you pay. But when the Lord returns now, he gonna make you pay. Because he's greater than you, far greater. Right? So he's gonna hold you accountable.
But there's nothing new under the sun, you know. So these devils have come back in times past in different empires. Like this whole thing about the New World Order, that's nothing new. Because during the Greek Empire, you had the mindset of creating a New World Order during the Greco-Roman Empire. And all it is that you're sophisticated now, and you've made it modernized it. So now you got this the right tools in place regarding this financial system and the digital currencies and so on and so forth, the technology to push forth your NWO agenda, which is the MOT to the B. Now we're in the time of you accomplishing that. But this is things that you've been salivating from, even from the Tower of Babel, man. The nations all wanted to come together as one.
Yeah,
The law wasn't with
idea.
it.
Yeah.
Even though you weren't back then called Edomites, but all the nations were back there, the sons of the wicked, the sons of God, and the sons of men. And you always conspired to have that imagination of unifying everything in a one world order. But the law's never about bringing everything together. It's about segregation.
Well, this is it. Esau's idea is that he wants to become the new Nimrod.
Yeah.
Right? Because he was reverenced as a god. Right?
Yeah.
And he was responsible for the building of Babel and all this kind of stuff. Now he's the leader, right?
Yeah.
Esau wants that control over all people because everybody was there at the time.
Yep.
Speaking the same language.
Yep.
And Esau's got his English now right now, and that's what the world, how he perceives it. Everyone's going to speak
Okay.
this language
Yeah.
because everyone has to now.
Yeah.
If you want to be anywhere or get anywhere, you have to speak English.
Lingua franca.
That's right. So he envisioned himself as this Nimrod essentially,
Yeah.
as a god.
But this is Babylon the Great.
Yep.
So he's the modern day Nimrod. He's
That's why all
Nimrod
these
in the-
references are made in the scriptures.
Yeah.
These connections to Babylon, these connections to Egypt, these connections to
Syria,
Assyria
Nineveh,
or
all that.
Nineveh. That's what I was thinking about. And these different types of people. Nimrod, Nebuchadnezzar, same type of thing. This guy represents those things today because this is our current captivity, man. It's the state of the world we're in right now.
Proud leaders that are waiting to be destroyed.
Right. And in that sense, he's no fucking different.
Yeah.
But he thinks he's special.
Psalms 58 and 2. Ye in your heart, Slakia, ye in heart, ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. And that's what these devils have been doing. All the examples that we've been given, illustrating what these devils have been doing over time, over the centuries. And it's not stopped, man. These devils are still out there fracking the earth, trying to dig for oil and all that. Doing all things that basically destroy the templates and basically the defiling the earth. Like it tells you in Isaiah 24. Because you don't keep the customs of the Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the commandments, which basically keeps everything in order, harmonious, so to speak, creates a synergy in the earth. You do everything that's opposite to that. And that's why you got all the, you got 3 transgenders now. Three genders now instead of 2. You got the T virus running around. You know, they're getting more rights than the average two genders, and all these other shit. You're doing everything that's opposite to what Yahweh Hashem Yahushua created in righteousness, man. Because you're the devil.
Yeah. That was it, man.
Yeah, that's it, man.
This is the book of Ezekiel, the 28th chapter, verse 2. Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, I sit in the seat of the Most High, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man.
Sorry, 1 second, right? Esau really believes this place is to do what he wants to do with, man. He believes he's got the power to do what he wants to do with this place. It's not his. This earth is not his.
Well, Yuval Harari, he said it. He came out and said it. He was like, look, man, we can do what we want now.
Yeah.
Because we can.
I
Like,
fucking hate that devil.
yeah, hate it
Yeah,
for
no,
real.
yeah, small hat rap.
Yeah.
Pride is too
Yeah,
much.
too high. But he was saying, like, we can make rain come when we want. Right? We can do these things if we want to
So
do
why you gonna help those fucking Hamites out then?
That's it. Exactly.
You're not gonna do no good with it. You know what I'm saying? He's fucking thing, bro. You know? He doesn't mind seeing the world destroyed.
Yeah.
And in these certain places in poverty. He don't mind that. He don't care.
The system only works because of that. The fact that you can go to these third world countries and exploit them for their labor, right? If everywhere was a first world, then imagine how much your phone is going to cost, right? If you're paying everyone a fair wage, how much is your phone going to?
Because you're not reliant. You're not reliant on nobody.
But who created the third world? It was the Edomites, man. Esau, when they went around colonizing everything, man. They're the ones that created the third world. There was no third world before Esau and the British Empire started colonizing the
Draining
whole
it out.
fucking earth. Yeah.
Draining resources, draining the people, corrupting the people.
And putting them into debt, financial debt, impoverishing them, man. There was no such thing as a third world before Esau came into power, man.
Yeah. I got just a quick one. I know you got some more. Just quick one on the money.
Yeah.
It says Sirach 10 and 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Like here's all these kingdoms. They were in the Middle East area. They were rich. You know what I mean? They were doing good.
Yep.
What happened? Shit was taken from it. You know what I'm saying? Esau likes to take things from other civilizations, other cultures, right? All the gold that was ever existed in Egypt or ever existed in Babylon or ever existed in Greece or whatever. Esau's taking it.
Even the
He
temple.
go over to fucking South America, take all the gold and resources from there. He just and then stores it for himself. That's why the elites are fucking trillionaires, man, in assets.
That's what they call generational wealth. There's wealth that can never be like accounted for, and never even be, you know, you can't. There's no number. There's no fixed number to it because it just keeps going, man. It just keeps, you know, accumulating basically more wealth over time. And it says that they leave their substance unto their babes. That's only talking about one nation of people, because even though you got the other nations, the Chinese, they got their, you know, different rich people, so to speak, wealthy people. But really, it starts with the Edomites, man. This is their empire, man.
This is wealth is transferred, right? So, like I mentioned a couple of nations, Babylon, Egypt, wherever, right? Israel had a nation, right? We had gold, we had a kingdom, we had gold. What happened when the enemies came in? They took it.
So stole that.
Well, just our enemies, they took, they all take, right? So it's no different when Esau coming to power. He takes, he took, and it's all residing with him right now. He has all the riches, really. I'm not saying these other nations ain't got none, but he has the fucking bulk of riches on the earth.
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
I know to say he controls who can get those riches as well.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Man's got fucking museums of expensive shit that don't belong in this country.
stolen
From others, you know what I'm saying?
Stolen
And he has no intention of giving it back.
Never. All that gold and all them crown jewels.
And they're probably just fucking replicas anyway. He's probably got another vault somewhere.
Even when King Charles was wearing that big ass gem on his head and that crown jewel.
Too heavy for it.
Too heavy for his neck. You know what I'm saying? Could have broke his neck wearing that damn big ass crown in his head. But he's making speeches talking about the population and poverty and the poor. And you're wearing a big ass stolen gem in your head,
which is only there for like appearance. Because he doesn't wear it on a regular basis. It's just for event, like those types of events. So therefore, it's pretty much useless most of the time. There's no need for him to have that. There's no need for a lot of stuff that they got. But they don't want to help the poor. They don't really want to help the poor. As much as they talk about, oh, I don't know, I run this trust and this charity and all these types of things, they're not really helping nobody.
Yeah, good. When you look into all of that sort of stuff under the hood, it's all money laundering one way or another, tax exemption, you're washing money. Yeah, you know,
that's it, all fronts. Well, I got just a quick one on the same point you just made. Habakkuk 2 and 5, it say, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, meaning his philosophy, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desires hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Esau is it's supremely covetous. He's always eyeing up everybody else and what they got
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
finding ways to get it.
No mercy, man. Like even the third world, like you could let them have a little bit. Like Esau don't want people to have nothing, man. That's why the new motto is you have nothing and be happy and all that. The WEF and all that, WeFi, whatever you want to call them. Like the Esau is just a straight, he just a skullduggery, man. Like he just doesn't want you to have nothing. Even other nations in times past, they'll let you have something like tributaries and all that. You know, have a little something. Esau just wants to just take everything for himself and leave you for dead.
Even this third world war that's being orchestrated right now, it's to take. It's
Yeah.
to damage nations,
Yeah.
to put them in a state of dependence. The world is going to cry out for unity and protection, right? And that's why NWO is that's their plan. That's what they're going to do with that. Get everybody MOTB'd, right? And everybody on a new system. Because you're going to need a new system after everything's crashed and destroyed and whatever. This industry is destroyed or whatever. And there's going to be very few companies left. Just like during World War II, only certain companies got hit and not others, right? Only the ones they want to survive are going to survive.
Yeah.
Right. And it's going to be centralized, man.
Big tech and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're not going to need any, like I said, you're not going to need a lot of these companies in the new world.
No, you're not going to need a corner shop man
Yeah,
or
you're
things like that. You're not going to need them.
Well, you're not going to need your Audi. You're not going to need this. You're just going to have that one car. If you even can have a car,
Yeah.
you're just going to be
You
allowed
wanna share
that one brand.
Everything's
You know.
becoming more automated. as well.
Exactly.
Everything's becoming more automated, so that means higher levels of unemployment.
Yep.
You're not going to need no more physical.
And that's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
you need
to work
UBI.
no more. Yeah, they're going to
Universal basic income.
Oh, in China, they've got a whole load of robot taxis now
Yeah,
that are just straight doing it.
Even
Doing it.
Elon Musk said it, man. He said there's going to be a high level of unemployment, so we need
Yeah.
everyone to be on UBI.
Yeah.
Why is he saying that? Because that's the agenda of the elites, to have
That's
everyone
Dependent.
hooked into the dependent and hooked onto the system by way of the MOT to the B.
i.e. worshipping the image of the beast.
Yeah.
Because you're down with the system.
Yes. Like,
I want to finish this verse. So Habakkuk 2:6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and are taught in proverbs against him, and say, woe unto him that increases that which is not his.
Don't belong to you. Right? You had your land. You got your land. You have a land. You got the land of Edom. Why aren't you,
Fighting for
pillaging that?
Yeah, why
you
aren't you
know what
fighting
I'm
for
saying? Why aren't you there mining there? Because you're not happy with that lot you was given.
No.
You know, you want everybody else's lot. So you increase that which is not yours.
Yeah.
You know?
And, also,
And you man are charging interest and all kinds of shit. On shit that don't belong to you, man.
it says, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And now you see the example just this week. You had the Dow Jones lost about 900 points. And there was an economic crash, they call it Black Monday and all that. Going back to all the other times that they've had financial crashes, they usually call it Black Mondays because that's when the markets open, right?
Yeah.
So that's when it is a downturn in the markets. That tells you in Ecclesiastes, the keepers of the house,
Yeah.
should tremble and all that. Roughly, not
look out the windows,
yeah,
be darkened.
Yeah, it should be darkened if you want to get that.
Yeah.
And that in Japan, it started because of Japan,
Yeah.
and really because Japan hold a lot of America's debt.
Yeah. So someone's
It's in the
explained.
billions, it's in the trillions, man.
Yeah.
Like 1 trillion of debt. They owe more than all that. It's like
Well, they hold a
Yeah,
1 trillion.
yeah, hold 1 trillion of debt of America's national debt, and the other nations don't even accumulate to how much Japan owe, or how much they're
That's
paying.
crazy. Yeah.
So that's why that they had a major effect in their markets, and it trickled on down because the Dow Jones is basically the American dollar is turning to shit.
Well, this is what I'm saying. This is how you know that the American dollar is nothing but witchcraft.
Mm.
Because why, in your right mind, would you hold $1 trillion
Yeah,
of another nation's debt?
Mm.
Just because you trust in it and its stability, right?
Yeah.
America's going to be destroyed, man.
Exactly. And with the rest of the world.
That's why I told you about the iniquity of that traffic.
Yeah.
Because America conspired to, the world reserve currency to be the American dollar.
Yeah.
But that's a foul. It's backed by fraud, basically.
Yeah.
A nation in heavy debt shouldn't be the world reserve currency.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a fraudulent debt.
Well, when I was looking into it, it was basically which I believe the elders in Dallas were speaking into it, basically how the whole system is designed this way so that it can crash, because it was something like Japan is in deflationary mode, whereas the rest of the world is in inflationary mode. So what basically people were doing is they'll be swapping money around so that basically they'll buy in one and then move it to the other. But as soon as Japan started raising their interest rates, it's sort of like that. Now those people aren't making money anymore, right? So like I forgot what they call it, but like basically like forex, and you know, you could look it up more.
Money exchange.
Yeah, but it's that general gist. So then, as soon as the Bank of Japan was like, "Yeah, we're gonna raise rates," right? A lot of people lost their position. A lot of people lost a lot of money. Yeah, and it's the fact as well that Japan, the Eastern markets wake up earlier, right? So it's several hours in advance. So then you just got panic. In you know, but what no one can make the trade.
Anticipation,
That's the keepers of the house trembling.
Yeah,
man.
which I've got. It says, Ecclesiastes.
What is Sirach?
12:3 says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few."
Yeah. So what the after effects of that, you know, the crash in the market, you know, that early in the morning, is a domino effect, man. And it's mainly because of Babylon the Great, America, and even in the Apocrypha it tells you about woe unto Asia because you're in league with Babylon, man. Them Asians, Moab and Ammon, they're in league with their lover Babylon, which represents America. They want the things that America promised, man. You know, but it's all gonna come down to their destruction. That's why it says woe unto Asia and Babylon. Because once America goes down, all these other nations that slept with that whore that sit upon many waters, they're all gonna go down, man. Even though Japan's not part of the beast system, but they're in league with the beast.
That's it. It says, "And the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened."
So like the brother said, panic mode. All these nations were going into panic mode. They didn't know what was going to happen. But that was a trial run by the wicked elites once again, because they're trying to bring forth a new system, man. So they have to crash this system to bring forth the fourth industrial revolution, which is basically the MOT to the beast system, man.
Well,
They have to crash it.
the windows being darkened is uncertainty. They can't see.
Can't see out.
And what do traders hate? Uncertainty. The markets hate uncertainty more than anything. You know, so they don't. That's why they're sweating. They're sweating.
And then it mentions Habakkuk 2:6, the thick clay, which is going to Ibaya, that debt, heavy laden debt that America's built up over the time, like it's in the 34th, 45th trillion now, man. US national debt, US national debt. It's gone up to like 35 trillion, man, and still rising.
Well,
So
every time they want to raise the ceiling, isn't it? So it's always going up. They're never not going to raise the ceiling because they have to function.
So the only way now for America is down, man. The only way for this system to still revive itself, they have to crash it. They have to bankrupt it. Bankrupt itself.
Yeah, and anyone with a you know, that can see that that's the only option. There's no other.
It's the biggest bubble waiting to pop. But once it pops, everything falls down with it.
And everyone, the ones that are going to be affected the most are the minorities, the ones on the bottom feeders, the people, man. Civilians, citizens. You got people crying about immigration. You wait until this bubble pops, man. You're gonna be crying about not having gas and electricity, having fresh food in your fridge because there's no gas and electricity no more. You know, all these people rioting and all that because of racism and that. It's gonna be far worse than that. And that's why America's gonna be the height of that. Like everything that's happening right now with birth pains regarding like different riots and people uprisings and sedition amongst men. These are the birth pains, but when it touches America, that's gonna be like the height of it, man. The Lord's just really gonna open up the whole kind of whoop ass over there, and it's just gonna be bloodshed regarding the Civil War and everything like that. You know, everything else that comes out of that situation.
So Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof.
Yeah, and that starts from the leaders, man. Because your leaders are, they're not the true rulers of this earth, man. They're really heathens, man. They're the like it says, servants sitting upon horsemen, man. That's who's in the power seat right now. These Edomite heathens, man. You got your Netanyahu's, devils, man. Straight up warlocks, straight up sorcerers that are in power, man. Now they want to put this bitch Kamala Harris, in office. She's just a straight demon anyway. She's a witch, and she's not even a Jake, but she's working for on the parts of the elite. She's a shield for the working elite parties, man. So she's got to do what she's paid to do.
I personally hope she gets in, man.
She will get in, man. It looks like it.
Well, this is the thing. It's evident that leadership is becoming more incompetent. Suppose, like on the surface of things, right? We know there's probably other things behind the scenes, but on the surface, there's more incompetence going on. right? And like I said, Egypt errs in every word. Everything's failing. Nothing is running how it's supposed to be. That's how you know we're at the end, because it's about to implode.
Yeah.
Right? And the scripture speaks about we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Take balm for her.
Yeah.
There's no way to heal this, man. This is necrotic,
That's it.
right? It's dead.
dead.
Right? And so and the elites know this, but they design it that way.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why they need to. That's why they've had this agenda of NWO.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're gonna rebirth something out of this, out of the chaos.
Yeah, like a phoenix rising out of the ashes.
That's it.
That's why they use that.
Out of many one.
Yeah,
All
out of
this,
many
including
one.
Pluribus Unum, they're all nods to what they want to achieve.
Yeah.
You know, and so they're gonna do it by causing this chaos, man.
Yeah.
By
Order
everything
out
crashing.
Yep. Order out chaos, man. Out of the order, you know,
Out
out of
of chaos,
chaos,
order.
the order comes. Just like with the situation with the UK riots.
Right. Yeah.
You got the prime minister and all that. They came down with heavy force on all these people that was out there rioting, the rioters and all that. You know, because it was part of their plan.
Yeah.
They're gonna the draconian legislation
Coming in.
and all of that. They're coming down with great wrath upon the people. That's what that was an example of, man. They made them riot and do what they was doing, burn buildings, burn the vans down and all that shit. And then they come down with full force by way of the law.
Special police.
Special police.
And they're gonna militarize them as well.
That's it. Yes, they were setting precedents.
Yeah.
Right? Because there was one guy, I think it was in like Northern Ireland. All he did was go. And then they got him. They got him.
They filmed everything, man.
You know?
They always London got the most cameras in the whole of Europe.
That's why they need to, they need to have the facial recognitions and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, just like China. They'll bring all
same
these
shit.
extra things in.
They actually said that, and they started that in the NFL over there in America. That was August the 8th, 2 days ago.
I know. Sorry, sorry. Let me finish this point first.
No, they said it was going to bring the facial authentication system in the NFL stadiums over there in America, and they got them over here as well. The Tottenham Stadium,
Yeah, they got
they got the same thing already, so they're going to start doing that, using that as part of the MOT to the B.
Because I say, fairly recently, right? In the ends I'm in currently, they were trying all of that stuff, right? And they're supposed to have these cameras about checking people's faces all the damn time. You know.
Yeah.
So don't think they're not ready to roll that shit out.
You're rolling it.
But then also I remember the Bubba Bud going into how everyone nowadays has a Ring doorbell. So that, and then how many times whenever you see like a crime in like a neighborhood, it's always someone's Ring doorbell, right? And whose Ring owned by Amazon?
They can tap into anything. That's why they got the smart devices. They can tap into your fridge, tap into your TV, your phone.
Alexa's talking, you know.
Alexa's talking,
recording you.
Oh, like even your fucking, you know, you got the Hoover, the Amazon one, the Roomba, whatever it is. Apparently, like that has a mapping of your house.
Yeah, it gives
Like
you
it's
schematics
yours.
and all that.
Yeah. So then it's a thing where like now, you know, they know, okay, cool, this is the bedroom area, so we need to snipe. We know what to do, all of that sort of stuff.
That's what that technology was for. It's for to spy on the people. It weren't to be to your convenience of, oh yeah, this is more sophisticated. All this shit was made to track and trace you.
That's it.
Like they show you an iRobot. They gave everyone a robot in their house, and they're thinking, oh yeah, this is my extra servant. He's just gonna serve me. And then the damn thing turned on them. Red Eye and all that was ready to kill.
These are all snares set up by Esau. You know, he says he lays the snares privily, man.
Yeah.
So you're not thinking nothing of it. You just think, oh, it's cool.
Yeah, it's cheap. Like
It's cool, you know.
it's nice. You know, you put that shit in your house, and next minute it's recording you. Recording you and your children, what you're doing.
Being used as evidence in the court.
You know? Yeah.
Like what was it in that Luther film, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's how he got everyone.
Devices.
Fucking hacked into your Alexa and fucking Alexa spinning the beans on you, man.
And this is not for wicked. This is what Esau uses to his advantage, because it's in the power of his hands, that technology. That's why he's so proud. That's why he thinks himself to be the most high on earth, because you can watch everyone from his satellite cameras, all of this shit, man. You can watch everyone literally on the face of the earth. Anywhere you are on the earth, you can track and trace you, man. And that's why he wants to put that C hip in you.
Yeah, he's got technology, man. There was a really good series on Netflix about like spying, and certain of the technology that the Lord has given this man's crazy. Like, so for instance, there's curtains over there. You can use like a precise, I think it's a laser, and he just points the laser at the curtains. So if you're in a room, it's just hearing, it can pick up the minute vibrations in the curtain. so he can hear what you're saying
Yep.
using a laser.
Yeah.
Like,
Flux in the light.
flux it, in the
Crazy.
response
These
time.
people
That's mad.
watch all them spy movies
Yep.
like James Bond and all that, thinking it's just
It's
entertainment.
about-
Like,
yeah.
He's got that shit there on lock, man, in them warehouses. It don't really exists, man.
They got those spy flyers.
You know, yeah.
Oh, spy,
They
yeah,
got-
yeah,
they
yeah.
got-
Yeah, I was about to say they had
Yeah.
the spy fly the other day.
Yeah,
An actual little fly like that, but
Yeah.
there's a fucking
Little
drone.
There's a
drone,
drone.
little
Those are
tiny
little
drone.
drones.
yeah,
They can record
They probably
people,
shoot some shit at you.
videos, all of
yeah,
that.
You know,
Man, you look out.
it bites you. That's it, basically.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Good to be.
Yeah, it bites you with a V or some
Yeah,
shit.
man.
They even said they got a new superbug over there that's flying around, even in the UK now.
Well,
Some new
but that's
superbug.
what they do with these mosquitoes. You know, when another outbreak comes in, they always come from some fucking lab somewhere.
Yeah.
And they, you know, they come and bring in some next fucking diseases and shit.
Esau is the mad scientist, man. You people gonna find out. All the things that we've been saying are true.
True. Yeah.
This devil has been, you know, he's sophisticated with his technology, man. He's sharpened, he's furbished his sword, and he's ready to unleash on you people out here. That's why Starmer and all that did what they did.
Yeah.
They were gonna come down with the full force of the law. He wasn't just saying that for no reason, because we're coming into time where they're gonna start beheading people, man, that don't want to accept this new world order. They're gonna be firing squads and all that, shoot on sight and all that. Lethal force, by lethal force, license to kill. They're gonna give the military or the police these military rights, man, in the time of Jacob's trouble. This is why these things are happening, man. The people can't put two and two together. They just see it as an event, you know.
You're isolated.
Yeah, isolated event, not knowing it's all part of a bigger plan.
Precepts.
Yeah,
Done,
I've got a bit more in Ezekiel 2. So it says, we can start from the top again. Son of man,
Ezekiel
say
28.
unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not God. Though thou set thine heart as the heart of the Most High.
Yeah, you're very proud. You think you're like Obadiah 1 and 3. That them that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks, but you got that pride in your heart, thinking that because the Lord gave you that power, that you're just going to be the ultimate king of the earth.
Yeah, no one can take it away.
No
from
one
you.
can take it from you. And all that. That's crazy. But the Lord's going to show you to be nothing but men. How? By bringing back his son, Yahweh Shai. Once Yahweh Shai cracks them clouds with the chariots and the angels, you devils are going to find out that all this time you was being used as a pawn.
You're gonna see how inferior you are.
Yeah, you were just used as a pawn for the Lord's new world order, man. Because ultimately the Lord's coming to take over this whole earth, the whole galaxy, the whole universe. The Lord Yahweh Shai, who even called JC, is coming to take over this whole earth, man. In righteousness
What does the scripture say, man? All things were created by him, for him.
for him, yeah,
You know? So none of this belongs to you, man. And this is why you're gonna have to give it up.
yeah.
You know? There's gonna be no contest, no debating and arguing.
None of that.
The Lord's just gonna come and take it. The saints shall take the kingdom.
Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
Yeah, because you do a diligent search, and then you do these social experiments, and you try out your experiments on the people to see how they react, and basically you have plan A, plan B, and plan C of how the experiment went. You know, this is what you did with the C virus. You know, you did it with the UK, the riots that's been going on. You do it all over the earth, man. You do the biotechnology, the bioweapons that you drop on the people. You see how they react and all that stuff, and then you do your research. You know, your hypotheses and research and all that shit. You know, your your summary, and all that, your conclusions of the matter. That's how you devils are, man. That's why it says you're wiser than Daniel, because you search out everything in this earth. That's why if you type in anything on Google, you get in the search engine, you get an answer, man. Because Esau's literally searched out every part of facet of information on this earth. You can find on the fucking internet, man. If it's not the dark net, dark web, and all that, the most things you can find on that fucking search engine, man. Because Esau's wiser than Daniel. He searched out everything.
So it says, with thy wisdom and thy understanding thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures.
Yeah, and that's how you got that's how America became #1 nation in the world with reserve currency and so on and so forth, because the Lord gave you that wisdom, but you used it for iniquity, man. You abused your power. That's why you got this debt note causing chaos all around the four winds of the earth. If there's another crash because of America, the whole shit's gonna tank. The whole earth is gonna suffer for it. Not just one country, but the whole earth, man.
Everybody's money is in America.
Yeah, everyone's invested in the American dream, and that's why it says the nations drunk of the wine. Now the nations are mad.
By thy great wisdom and thy traffic, thou hast increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
Pride, man.
Yeah.
Because you're number one and all that stuff, and you want to remain number one, so you're trying to, cause catastrophes around the four winds of the earth, especially over there in the Middle East.
Keeping everyone weak.
Yeah, trying to keep them weak, trying to cause tensions and all that, cause all these proxy wars, so you can stay on top. Because you're realizing that all these other nations now, the BRICS and especially all that,
And
they
they're coming
don't,
up.
they're coming up, and they don't want no parts of America's dollar no more. They don't want no parts of America's business in interfering with what they're doing.
Which shows you, man, that East are nothing but bully, man, because they
Yeah.
obviously they control too much.
Yeah.
And these nations don't want that level of control over them.
Mm.
They'd rather deal with Russia. They'd
Yeah.
rather deal with China.
Yeah.
And China is supposed to be like the worst, right? Because they're communists and whatever, right?
Mm.
But obviously America is oppressive, man.
Straight up oppressive.
Yeah, like because they go into that's one of the reasons why Germany's starting to struggle a lot now because
Yeah.
like they used to get cheap gas
From Russia.
from Russia.
Yeah,
And now they can't.
Now they can't. And
Blow up their pipeline and shit.
yeah, and now yeah, they actually did that, didn't
Yeah,
they?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But we don't know who did it.
Yeah.
Pipelines, yeah. That was because of America.
It's like people said you had the most to gain.
Exactly. Yeah, because why would Russia blow up their own? Here it
We
is,
should just spend money.
billions.
billions.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like, oh,
insane. You know? And then they're the same guys that are going to complain about global warming. That thing was leaking for time.
So that just shows you that Esau's covetous, man.
Russia already has ways to turn it off.
Mm.
If they don't want to supply gas, they can just turn it off.
Yeah.
They don't need to blow it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so you know those shady dealings, man. Because he's also speaking about who had the capability of destroying them.
Mm.
There's only a few nations with the capability of destroying them.
Yeah.
America is one of them.
Yeah.
You know.
They're number one.
This it says, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High, behold, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations.
So all the other nations are getting, they're getting amped up now. Now the other nations, the weak saying like they are strong, and now they're getting tempted to attack you now, man. That's why you got Iran getting ready and Russia and all that getting ready to make attacks.
Yeah, they're feeling emboldened, man, by having backers.
Yeah.
In Russia and China and that. They don't feel as nervous to talk their shit and to actually do things about it.
Yeah.
Before they were weak and helpless.
Mhm.
All they could do was lay down. But with Russia and with China, it's like we ain't gonna take this shit.
Yeah.
That's what you've seen with like the coups in West Africa, where it was like back in the day, the Western militaries would have been in there quick, man. Right? But that's what was it, the Wagner group, man? Because I remember one day just seeing like a video, like some slum somewhere in Africa, and they're waving a Russian flag. I was like, what's going on? And you learn about the Wagner group going in there, basically like the Russian Blackwater, was it?
Yeah, it's like that.
Like that sort of stuff. But they're going in there.
Mercenary group.
Exactly. And then they're in there basically being a guard, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. So it's no longer a thing of just go and take that country. It's but that's a proxy war. Can we afford that proxy war if we go in and into those countries to try and influence our order?
Mercenary groups is fucking shady business. I was thinking, well, how is a mercenary group even allowed to exist?
Exactly.
That you guys gonna pay because like any other man just goes around with a gun.
Yeah, to another country. Yeah.
That's
You get Shamama Begum.
you done for murder, you do all kinds of things, right? But it's legal, and you can hire them and say it's got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
That's a company business doing it, but you paying them.
Yeah.
But again, they've been fighting proxy wars for a long time, man. So they can say, well, we're not actually involved,
Yeah.
but they wouldn't be there if you wasn't fucking paying them.
That's it.
Because they're already fucking profiteers anyway.
That's it.
As if they're gonna risk their lives for what? For nothing. Because they're right. They believe in something. They don't believe in shit. They believe in the dollar, man.
And that's why you got the situation right now with Iran, getting retaliation on Israel. Because Israel trying to act like they didn't have no instances or dealings with the assassination of the Hamas leader, when everything leads to that, and then America is going to be jump in because they have to back Israel as well.
Yeah.
So that's leading to that provocation of war, man. And that Third World War is definitely going to start. It's brewing, but it's going to start intensifying once again, because of the situation of between Israel and Iran. The least of the flock shall draw them out. So America's getting ready to getting all kinds of shit now, that they can't get out of, man. That's why they have to come with this draft. You have to start drafting more soldiers and all that to the Middle East, Because this shit is brewing up, man, and it's not gonna go back.
Even on the proxy war topic as well, a lot of these larger companies on the FTSE and the Dow are getting pressure because of the fact that everybody knows that they're directly funding Israel. But then their argument will be, it's because it's indirect, their argument will be that they fund like, and it's actually out there in the news, there's loads of companies that are coming out saying, yeah, we supply arms to NATO and all of that, but we only fund the UK and Europe. But then knowing well and good that those companies that they fund, even though they're the UK or European branch, are directly funding that money over to the main parent company, and then there's so they know they're all involved. But the politically correct argument is, oh, you know, we have nothing to do with X, Y, Z.
And it's all black money as well. It's like support stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
I'll fucking back the brothers, but that shows Esau's a hypocrite because he's got a whole thing called RICO. Like RICO charges. You just be around a group of people doing their madness and you're going to life. You're going to jail for life. Being affiliated. Being affiliated. Yeah, if he does it, it's okay. You know, if
anyone does it,
exactly. Like if you've got a what do you call this thing? If you give someone a gun knowing that they're gonna kill someone, they'll get you too. Yeah, Esau gets away with it
all the time. And even the other day, someone put up an article saying that the US was going to sanction a NATO country. The other day, right. They was going to sanction one of their NATO countries. So everyone's getting fed up with America and their bullshit bullying tactics, man. And that's why even it said the 10 tones are going to hate the whore and burn that bitch with fire, man. Because everyone's going to get fed up with America and their BS. Everyone can already see America's falling politically, economically, but now financially. Everyone can see that America's just like a laughing stock on the TV screen. Every week they're just waiting for something else to happen regarding America and their, you know, what's new basically, what's next, what next they got to laugh at, you know, because America's fallen, man. They was once the greatest nation upon the face of the earth. Now they're the weakest, man. One of the weakest. The only thing that's keeping them standing is that military. They spend all their money like they did the stats as well the other day, and they said that out of all the countries accumulated together, I think that was the stats I went wrong on, not regarding the national debt, but America spent about 9 billion or 9 trillion on their military, you know, and compared to all the other nations added up, still don't amount to what America's. I think it's 91 billion or something like that.
And this is one of these key indicators who Esau is. Huh? He was blessed with the sword.
This year or last year, one of them.
Right? He lived his life by the sword. So that's his lifeline. He has to live that way.
Yeah.
You know? And he's been given a great sword at the Revelation 6 and 4.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, says from Statista.com, the United States led the ranking of the countries with the highest military spending in 2023, and before that, with 916 billion US dollars.
That's it, 916. I knew it was 9.
Yeah, dedicated to the military. That constituted over 40% of the total military spending worldwide.
They spend most of their money on their fucking military, man.
Yeah,
these peaceful Christians.
Yeah.
Yep.
The big budget of that is like to construct them in the first problem. Right.
Right. Yeah. So they expanded their warfare into space. You know what I'm saying? So these men are on warfare.
Yeah.
You know, Esau is the red horse.
Psalms 140.
Psalms 140:1. Deliver me, O Yahweh, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man.
Who's the evil man? Who's the violent man on the earth? There's many nations on the face of the earth. Let's talk about a particular race of people.
But statistically speaking, there's one guy at the top.
Yeah.
And that's Esau.
Yeah. It's the Edomite nation, man. These so-called white people, man. The Temanites, all of that. It's Esau. Edom, the violent man. He's the evil man on the face of the earth.
Oh,
the power's been given into the hand of the wicked.
You know, recently, just the other day, it was like the commemoration of Nagasaki dropping a bomb. And basically, America didn't send their ambassador because the Nagasaki mayor didn't allow the Israeli ambassador to come, right? So like Britain, and then like it was like, but wait there, like you bombed the country.
If I was Japanese, I'd be so fucking angry.
Yeah, that means they're still holding grudges.
Off for that.
Yeah,
that shows that they're still holding grudges. They want their get back on you devils.
That's it. Yeah, that's a half-hearted apology on their terms.
Yeah, they've never said sorry.
Yeah, they actually
they've never said sorry.
Well, I think they said Obama tried to say sorry when he tried to apologize.
They'll say things like it's regrettable. Things like this.
They never accepted the apologies
because they don't like taking blame. Esau does not like taking blame.
Yeah.
He avoids blame like the fucking plague.
Yeah.
He's Cain,
That's it. Yeah, yeah.
running from judgment.
Yeah,
Vagabond.
This is how you know this is Esau.
that's it.
This Cain is his daddy,
Yeah.
right? He is the son, he's the
Merciless,
father of the devil.
heartless piece of
Yeah. Oh, yeah, come
crap.
because the scripture says, even the tender mercies of the wicked is cruel.
Yep.
You know, so even when he's trying to be kind, he's being an asshole, man.
Yeah.
Right? Because, for instance, let's say he'll use the excuse, well, which, you know, when you look at it historically, Japan had already surrendered at that point. But he'll
They
say,
were discussing terms of surrendering.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
They already waved the white flag.
that's it.
You said,
Yeah.
nah, that's not enough.
That's not enough.
You need to try this new
Yeah.
tech, man. Hold this bomb.
Because Japan couldn't just simply surrender. They had the image to keep to their own people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they were discussing terms of surrendering. But obviously, it wasn't happening in a quick enough time span for these guys.
Yeah.
And obviously, they had a new toy they wanted to,
Yep.
to try out.
Yeah, they try out.
you know,
yeah.
and decided to drop two.
Yeah.
Exactly. One was in
Fat
there
boy,
now,
little man, or what?
you know. But what do you call it? He'll use the excuse, oh, but if we didn't, then lots of people would have died. Just
Japanese
Yeah.
people.
but,
Giving
but
a sacrifice. It's fine.
exactly. But that's him. That's the tender
Easy,
mercies of being
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
No,
Oh yeah. Well, same way like they just killed this Hamas guy,
Yeah.
right? But they killed 70 civilians to do it, man.
Mm.
Right? And then
Esau
they'll
don't
say
care
that's
about
justified.
the, you know, the
Well,
casualties
with
of
it,
war,
see, Esau were quite happy just by
Esau.
killing him like the
Yeah.
majority to save a few.
yeah. Esau don't care.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know?
same with like Lockerbie. And that place, I
That
think
plane, innit?
I think they were saying like there was someone on that plane that was like when you look into it or something like that. But they say the same thing about the Titanic. There were
Yeah,
like two people that apparently were on it that they didn't
Beats,
want,
Yeah.
and then they just
Something happened.
killed everyone on
Whole
there.
ship of people.
But they
you
put it in these movies, you know, when it was ending, they'll save all the certain rich and powerful people, but everyone else dies.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah,
give a shit, innit, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, because that's a suitable sacrifice to them.
Just sacrifice.
You
blood
know?
sacrifice.
Because they
Yeah.
can't save everybody, so fuck them. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
We were saw somewhere in a movie like I mean, the guy was saying like when he used to want to achieve one goal, he can sacrifice them 10 steps backward
yeah,
in
yeah.
order to get that one step. I mean,
That's it. I think it was MH370 I was thinking of, that it was like someone on the plane. But that's Esau for you, man.
Yeah,
Um,
you finish.
Yeah, we finish this. Psalms 140 and 2, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war.
Yeah, that's why the military budget is so high. Because they're always thinking about war. War is in his heart,
Mm.
man. This devil's been like that since the fucking, since before the after the Renaissance, during the time of transatlantic slave trade. This devil's been like that. War's always been in his heart, man.
Well, he came to America's on war.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He came to America. And the thing is, yeah, you got the Pentagon and shit, right? They make campaigns of where they're gonna go next. You see what I'm saying? They plot to do war.
Yeah.
Who we're gonna go and do this, put pressure on these guys and make them do this. They're constantly plotting.
Yep.
You know? They're forcing wars in the earth.
Just real quick, so I just typed in how much to end world hunger. Just from Oxfam, it says current estimates suggest that as of this year, we need donor governments to invest around $37 billion every year. You know,
But Rothschilds could pay that off.
Sorry, how much did they
You know?
just spend on
900
900 billion?
Yeah.
So they could
But
wipe
America
out-
cares about the world. They're the world police, right? They care about
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
But they could solve something so easy, so quick
Yeah.
in just 1 year.
Yeah.
blank check,
Yeah,
You know?
that's it.
take care of world poverty. But you saw the one that
There's individual men
Yeah.
in America that could afford that
literally,
and still be okay.
won't have no effect on them, their bank
that's
account, none of that. But Esau is not birthed on the world. Esau's not put on this earth to create peace. He's put on this earth to create chaos and death. That's why he is as death, man.
This is the book of Psalms 73, and we start from the top. We say, truly, Messiah is good to Israel, even to such of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh sleep. For I was envious of the foolish.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
we're
at
on the
the foolish.
of the wicked. Because we're at the bottom of this society. We have to climb up that ladder for so-called success. But really, it's like there's all traps and all kinds of steps you have to get over to get up that ladder of success. And these devils always put glass ceilings for Jake anyway, for you can't only get to a certain limit.
Yeah.
Because this kingdom is built for these Edomites to rule, man. This is their empire right now. That's why they're able to do
IRS.
what they do. Yeah. That's why 2 trillion can just go missing from the market.
Yeah.
and no one can have an explanation. But we already know who got that, took that 2 trillion.
Yeah.
They're elites.
Yeah. Lots of people got broke, but lots of people got very rich.
Very rich.
And it happens all the time. It's
Yeah.
not even something that's like, oh, it happened once. Oh,
Yeah.
by accident, it just went
Yeah.
missing. Like Esau doesn't let money go fucking missing.
No way.
You know what I mean? He doesn't. It's not as simple as that. Esau wants to know where everything is, right?
Exactly. And you can track and trace every payment. and
It's
all
like
that.
these military spend, like the military spending.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like there's money that's not accounted for,
Yeah.
off book stuff.
Off
Yeah.
the books.
And they know there's off book stuff because they can't put it on paper because it'll be dodgy,
Yeah.
right?
They'll have to chase it up.
And so they'll never explain it to nobody.
Yeah.
They show you that in the movie Trading Places, man.
Mm.
When they hire that they hired a spy basically or an agent to go and spy out certain markets, and then they was able to track the orange market and all that shit. Because this guy was doing what he was. They hired a guy to go and do that, but they basically had paperwork on him and saying, yeah, this much. And Dan Aykroyd's character, because he was one of the financiers before he got fired, he was tracking all the payments in it. So he came to the Dukes of Edom. He came to the Dukes, man, with Mortimer and the other guy,
Yeah.
and he said, look, but there's a payment here for this amount. Like, who's this for?
Mm.
And they said, then he was like, caught himself. He's like, oh no, don't worry about that. You know, we've we sorted that out. That's for something else.
Yeah.
You know, so they can't have that on the books. It has to be off the
Off
books.
the books. And that's why the truth is also one of these things. Like some of it is not obtainable.
Mm.
We can't find the truth to all things that we've heard or we
Yeah.
speculate on, right? Because some things are off books.
Well, the trusts you go into it a lot.
Yeah.
Like in the UK, you got loads of what they call trusts, right? Where basically you've got an entity, but you don't know who's basically beneficiaries of that entity, and that trust can have unlimited amounts of money in it, but you don't know.
You don't know where it's coming
Yeah.
from. You can't trace it.
Yeah.
You know, the thing I was thinking about is the holotype bullets that they was all
Yes,
buying up all that time
yes,
ago.
yeah,
Because I ain't heard
yeah,
nothing about it since,
VHS,
right?
yeah.
The guillotines,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But they will tell you there's no record of these things.
Yeah.
Of course, there's not no fucking record of these things. Why would there be?
Why would they? Yeah.
You don't want you to trace that shit.
Literally, they can class what was it national security, right?
Yeah,
So it's
national
blacklisted
security.
under national
Yeah.
security. It's not.
Why would that be public?
It's all redacted
You
information.
can't ask for that in you get to ask for information now.
Yeah,
innit?
freedom of
They ain't gonna
information,
come
yeah,
up. You can't ask for that.
Yeah.
So as if they're gonna tell you.
Even within the FBI, the one guy was coming out, FBI, CIA, they have different levels of secret files, basically
Yeah.
levels of secrecy.
Yeah.
So that even if it's like, what's it called? What's the main one they use? Secret. There's a certain term they use, certain word. That's nah. Just like highly sensitive information, like they call it certain levels, where there's only certain people that can get that information. Even with declassified, and even with declassified, they have another level.
Yeah.
Like
Heavily redacted.
heavily redacted information.
I
Like
fucking hate this.
even within their own agencies, you're not allowed to get certain information.
Yeah, we got
Top
release.
secret.
We got
Top
release.
secret, yeah, that's it. Top secret.
We're gonna release
and
these documents.
there's
But there's
different
all these redactions. You can't read it anyway. It's
Yeah.
mad.
So it's like that's how Esau runs in secret, man. That's why this whole New World Order thing, before we knew about it, it was like esoteric knowledge.
Yeah.
It was very hidden.
And they just say, "Oh, I can't comment on that."
But
It's so
now
fucking
it's in the
easy.
open.
Yeah. For matter, because all they for matters of national security.
can't
you can't-
National security, you know, and now everything's in the open.
Yeah.
So now we can, because of the internet, which these elites are upset they created.
Oh.
That's why they're trying to, basically do a lot of damage control now. You know, and every time information comes out, they have to do a lot of damage control because everything gets leaked through the internet.
Real quick. Real quick. This is Psalm 64 and where is it? And 8 says, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves; all that see them shall flee away."
Yeah, and then you get a lot of whistleblowers as well.
Yeah.
You know, you get your Snowdens and so on and so forth. People that's part of the elite agenda. And there was a one famous lady. She always comes out with all the, like the CIA agendas and so on and so forth. All the Agenda 2025s and stuff of that nature. She got like a Russian name. I can't remember her name. Yeah, Kritzberg or something. Begins with a K. Austin, something like that, or something like that. Anyways, Fitzgerald. I think her name's Fitzgerald. One of them anyway. Austin Fitzgerald, something like that. One of them whistleblowers, man. She's a lot of insiders that come out and speak against the so-called agenda of the elites.
I mean, just check out like Hillary Clinton's email.
Yeah, the
They're not
emails,
public. They
Yeah.
never came out.
they never came out.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't just ask for them.
Trump said he was going to arrest her and all that. Never
Yeah,
arrested
never
her
happened.
Never happened.
because he's part of the same agenda.
Yeah.
They work for the same team.
They probably went to the bar after. They actually thought I was gonna lock you up.
Yeah.
Laughing
Oh,
over
you know,
cocktails. And all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill was there, you know,
Yeah.
serving them the cocktails.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
She's
You know,
probably
you got-
giving she's probably giving Trump a lap dance. You know?
You got the Council of Foreign Relations as well. There's an old US senator by the name of Todd Young going back to this was about 2020, like between 2018 to 2020. Todd Young, he made a Freudian slip where he basically was speaking about America's affairs in Africa. And verbatim, he said, "How can we foster bringing American capital and expertise and standards to Africa so we can keep exploiting, exploring where we can get these minerals from?"
See, they call them Freudian slips, man. But I don't think I think they say it on shit on purpose. But the Most High is the one making them say these things. It's because it causes an issue in the earth now. Because people have heard this, and then this is where we get different truth movements, stuff like that. We get the divisions in different nations, stuff because they don't trust the ruling elite.
Yeah.
And that's how things are supposed to be.
Yeah.
So Freudian or not, it's the Most High making them speak these words, man, to create the stability that the world needs to be at to create this time of trouble such as never been before. You know?
Yeah, because they're not all going to come together anyway. The Lord doesn't want them to come together.
That's
So
it.
even in house, they're having their odds, like even between the elites, the Rothschilds, and all these different banking families,
Fighting to be at the
Oppenheimers.
top.
They're fighting for this power struggle. There's always been a power struggle.
Yeah.
Like the Game of Thrones, if someone's fighting to be at the top, you know, they're cutthroat as well. These Edomites are fucking cutthroat.
Yeah.
They'll cut their granny's throat to step on top. Like, I'm not
But
surprised,
they were,
surprised someone ain't taking out Charles yet. You know what I'm
they're
saying?
all playing the long game
Yeah,
because they need to see the idea come through first. It's just who's going to end up at the top when it all ends.
as long
the
as
answer-
the Edomite.
Well, the answer is none of them.
None of them are,
None of them are
really,
going to end up at the top.
because they're all going into slavery.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's it.
But they're so proud that they think they're always gonna. That's what it says Psalms 2.
Yeah.
The imagination of the heathen, man, the vain imagination of the heathen, thinking that they're always gonna be over the children of Israel. That's why the Lord said He's gonna laugh at them.
On the point that you were bringing up about them controlling both sides, like the UK has the financial services is the UK's biggest exploit in terms of how they make money. Over here, like you got the Financial Conduct Authority, they set that up after the crash in 08 that they orchestrated because they were trying to put on the bravado of we're trying to keep people's money safe. So we're going to restrict the banks and make sure that they don't fuck with your money and basically over leverage themselves. But then, like going back to 2013, HSBC, the pretty much arguably the biggest bank in the country, they had a 1.9 billion fine because they got clocked for basically money laundering. And everyone knew what was going on, but then the money they made was more than 5 times that value. But then they fined them like a small minuscule amount. Then in 2024, they got fined 63.9 million for the same shit.
Yeah, all these banks do money laundering. What do you think they set up these banks for? They clean the money. They're there to clean the money.
You had the
man.
libel scandal not too long ago.
Yeah, and then the only one that got was a Nigerian. Like he sort of takes
And
the piss.
Diamond,
To be the full guy,
Diamond, the guy who was running the whole thing, he got to retire on a massive ass bonus salary.
All these banks are set up as cleaning to wash money, man. Clean dirty money. That's what all these banks are there for. That's why when you go to the bank, there's never any money in there because the money's constantly going up, being invested in different businesses and other ventures and all that, right?
And the thing is, right, they always need a scapegoat, right? So they're gonna blame the Hamites or whatever, right? Whoever it is for what's going on. Because these other nations, they're happy to do it because they're broke. Because they're actually getting that's their business. So they're actually making money off what they're doing. They're getting crumbs from Barclays or HSBC or whatever, but they end up being the scapegoat. And that's the risk they run. Because Barclays ain't gonna take no fucking blame, not properly. They'll pay some fine, but they'll continue operating. Then Barclays won't get shut down. And you think that someone that's doing criminal activity should be shut down.
Exactly.
Because if it's just like a normal syndicate now, you just want to make sure they don't fucking run. You know, gangsters, they'll shut that shit down. You don't run, it's illegal. But be a Barclays now or HSBC, oh, that's all right. Just pay a fine and continue doing your practice.
Get over it.
Showing you that these elites are, they run this shit behind the scenes, man. That talks goes into the iniquity of our traffic. Like brother read earlier.
But when I'm speaking on division, it says Luke 12:51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division.
Yeah, so the New World Order has never been a part of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh's plan. He doesn't want all nations to come together. The Lord's very separatist. and he's very like he's only dealing with one nation of people.
Yeah.
That's how separate the Lord is, man. He don't care about the other nations. He cares about his chosen nation, which is the nation of Israel, and even within that, he only cares about the elect. You know, so the Lord is very specific, man. And all these nations, like they're always trying to come together. Since the Greek Empire, you know, as I mentioned earlier, Tower of Babel, they've always tried to come to unify, but the Lord's always about separating. That's why He gave every nation their different lands.
Different lands, different customs, different ways of doing. You know.
But we're going to be the number one nation, man.
Yeah.
In the kingdom of heaven, with all these nations after 1,000 years, they're going to be put back in their own lands, and they're going to be made tributaries unto us.
That's
Like
it.
they're basically going to be paying tax to the Israelites, man. That's the new term they use, tax.
And
They're
following,
paying tribute.
following our order.
Yeah.
You know,
We're
skip
gonna
it to
be
our beat.
Exactly.
IWO Israelite World Order.
And Russia's not going to come back into power, man. No other nation's ever going to rise up against us ever again.
So,
This is the last
Oh,
kingdom of the heathen, man, on the earth. Esau's the end of the world,
Yeah,
and Jacob's the beginning of that following.
because Daniel had the vision with the statue, the dream that was interpreted to him, right? Where's the toenails?
Yeah,
Where's the
so the
toenails?
toenails came back.
Yeah, toenails grew longer.
oh, man.
Where's that? It said the toes. The toes. The end of the statue's the toes.
Pinky.
You know, not the toe. The toenail didn't grow longer, and
Yeah.
you know, what the fuck, man.
And they fought with the
That
rock.
was the end. This is the end,
Yeah.
because that represents the rulership of all the kingdoms on the earth, the great kingdoms that came up on the earth, and their demise, man. When Yahushua turns up in the chariots with the angels, because that represents the rock in that vision,
Yeah.
it destroyed the whole fucking statue.
Well, let's get it. Like, Daniel's 2:44.
And that same rock became a great mountain. It says, right?
Yeah.
And it ruled forever.
And the mountain represents a government.
So
So
where's
we're
it?
going to be the number one
There
government.
ain't another statue.
Yeah, there's no other statue.
You
That
know
was
what I'm saying?
it.
Another statue coming to come rise up. There's none of that going on.
It's one statue. Yeah, that's it.
That's the extra. That's the you're adding to the scriptures, man. You're
Yeah.
adding a prophecy that don't fucking exist. You know?
What's the term that you use to basically accumulate into one? Not one.
Amalgamate.
No, it's a set. I think it's even in that precept, man. Because it says that. Go read it real quick. Daniel 2:44.
Daniel 2:44 says, and in the days of these kings shall the Most
These
High.
kings, let's talk about right now.
Yeah.
NATO, EU, all these different nations, the beast system, you know, including Russia as well. Go ahead.
Shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed.
Never. Right?
Yeah.
Never be destroyed. Never taken down. Never usurped.
No.
No. Right?
Yep. It says, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people.
So these other nations are not going to get their hands on the dirty hands back on rulership.
Yeah. Not
This
be
can't
left to
happen.
other people. So
Yeah.
that means they're not going to have no power
Yeah.
in their hands ever again.
And the Lord was merciful because everyone's had a chance.
Yeah.
And they all
Everyone's
fucked
had their
it up.
moments.
Yeah.
Time and chance happening for all
And,
men,
and you've
obviously.
all proven yourselves unworthy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can't be mad, man.
Yeah. Even us with the heart of stones.
Yeah.
We weren't good enough.
That's
That's, what
right.
we felt.
So how are you humans going to
Yeah.
live up to anything? As the scripture say, only we have kept the Lord's command. You
Mhm.
like you've never done that.
Yeah.
You know, and we went off and the Lord fucked us up.
Yeah.
So you nations ain't gonna get another,
Yeah.
another look in.
Yeah, but this time around, right? Scripture speak about one that is profitable, and the only one profitable is
Yahushua.
the Israelites in with the heart of flesh, right? Never going up.
Yeah.
No sin in the world.
Because that's what it takes to rule the world.
Yeah.
Right? To rule the world the way it should be takes the perfection.
Yeah.
These nations are not perfect. The only ones that can be perfect are the Israelites.
Yeah.
Because we was called to be such to the Lord. You other nations were never called to be that to the Lord. We was the chosen people for the Lord to
Yeah.
bestow that upon us, man.
Yeah.
And so we will fulfill those things of the Lord that the Lord requires of us, man. The Lord's gonna make sure it happens.
It goes on to say, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms.
That's the word. Consume all these kingdoms. So that all these nations are going to be shut down, man.
Yeah.
And it's all going to be consumed by one nation. And we're going to be the prominent nation on the face of the earth, starting with the elect.
It said their kings and that will become bending knee.
Yeah.
So if the leader of these nations, right, is in servitude, like proper like servitude, they ain't raising up no army.
No way.
Why would the king do that? He's looking to get himself and these people destroyed. But these men are gonna be bending knee. They're not gonna be plotting no fucking scheme to take Israel out.
Remember, we're going to be superhuman as well. We're going to have supernatural bodies. We're going to be able to read people's thoughts. We're going to be able to plant thoughts into people's minds.
And
man.
you're not even gonna have the knowledge of that technology.
Yeah.
Knowledge after 1,000 years, you think you're gonna remember what a fucking nuke is?
How to build.
How to build one?
Yeah.
You know how complicated that shit is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
all
mean?
the science, the science, the great wise men of
Yeah.
Teman, Ain't gonna exist no more.
Exactly.
And you think we're going to teach you that technology? Of course we're not. We're going to do things,
Yeah.
proper things.
It'll say to back you, right? What does it say in Isaiah 54:16? I have created the snake. The Lord is the one that inspired these devils to
stuff
get
like
the
that.
understanding. Because really, Prince, when you look at a phone, I remember YouTube had made the point. It's like it's metal and glass, and if you tap on it, food arrives at your door. That's mad. If you really think about it, that's actually crazy. But the Lord is the one that gave. Like when you look into like, oh, in fact, what's the thing they always say about China and cutting them off from Taiwan and the technology, right? Making those chips is insanely difficult, right? It's specialist levels of technology that you need to be able to make the microprocessors and anything. But somehow Esau's gonna get that understanding back.
Yeah, with what tools?
With what tools?
You know, as I say, these are not things that we're going to be teaching in the kingdom. So there is not going to be knowledge of these things anymore. We're going to have our own technology that we're going to be dealing with.
Exactly.
Right? So, and the Most High is not raising up people against his children again. So this whole idea that someone's going to be able to return, like the King of the North, you know, with that the Lord of the Rings, the King of the
Oh, Game of Thrones.
no,
Lord of the Rings.
what's my name?
What?
What's Viggo Mortensen's character, man?
Oh, okay.
He's the returning king, essentially. He's
Right,
going to
returning
return
the
and
king,
take down. No one's going to return.
Oh,
No one's going to come back. The Lord's not going to raise no man up to come against his children.
Yeah.
Because that's what he takes. He takes the Lord to be working with them
Yeah.
on that side, that left-hand side. And, but we're meant to be at peace now.
Yeah.
But look at Esau's kingdom, right? This is Esau's kingdom right now. And there you get certain nations that might try to a thing. But what does Esau then go and do? He quashes that rebellion and makes an example out of them, right? So that as it goes into, no nation really, if it were it not for the will of the Yahweh Shem Yahshua, can take down this Edomite. Because really, when you look at Russia and America, they're both Edomites.
Yeah, they're both Edomites.
You know,
But Satan's right against Satan. How shall his kingdom stand?
that's it. But it's only through the intervention of Yahweh Shem Yahshua that this man is going to be taken out. Man.
So we're going to be dealing with like absolute power
Yeah.
that a mortal just
Can't fathom.
cannot
Yeah.
even think to comprehend and deal with.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something that these nations are going to realize when Yahushua returns, that
Oh,
they're not,
Yeah,
we're different.
We're going to be a heightened
we're
level,
different, man.
heightened level of intelligence as well. All of that.
Fighting is unrealistic.
Yeah, man. You devils are going to be go back to your, your cave-like mentality. You be smart enough to draw fucking stick men in the dirt.
Yeah.
That's how smart you devils are going to be, man. You're going to go back to being illiterate, being the bottom feeder society basis of men.
Yeah.
That's why that devil from the BBC got caught
Oh, man.
fucking 42 dogs.
Man.
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
He's fucking 42
yeah,
dogs,
yeah,
man. He's
raping
raping them up and
yeah.
Bro, I heard,
videotaping it and shit.
I heard the guy with indecent child pictures.
Oh, that's Hugh Edwards.
Yeah, yeah,
This
I
is
heard that.
another one.
Oh,
some
shit.
idiot, some BBC
Yeah.
guy and all that. And it's always the
Hey,
BBC.
yeah,
I was about to say that.
Some freaks, man.
That's
I
a
remember,
dodgy institution,
I
man.
remember going past that building. I always thought that's the demonic energy that comes from that building.
Yeah.
That big tower, man.
Bro.
That's demonic ass energy that comes
Yeah.
from that building.
Pedo
Yeah,
thing
there's always
outside
some
of the-
pedo
Yeah,
around
yeah,
there.
Yeah, the statue.
And these man keep bothering about fucking TV license, man. I don't watch
Yeah.
fucking TV, man. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
This guy was raping up dogs, and that's why Joe
Real
made
quick,
a comment
yeah.
about what he said about Esau Edom, man. You devils can't be trusted with nothing, even with animals, man. You're just corrupt on everything, man.
Basically, man.
You want to be zookeepers? Fuck that, man.
Yeah.
Nah. That's one role you're not having.
Zoophilia, we going like,
You're gonna stay in the mind.
innit,
Yeah.
man?
You stay in the mind where everybody's safe.
Stay
Joe
away from the
weren't
animals,
lying.
man.
Joe weren't lying, bro.
Yeah.
But
So
what
sick,
you
man.
know.
He thinks he's Tarzan and all that.
Oh,
He taking care. Him taking care of animals is completely different.
Yeah.
That was taking care
Not
of
that.
so
You're raping up one dog, let alone 42, and you keep filming it as well. You got to be a sick.
Yeah.
You gotta have a sick mind to do some shit.
Yeah.
Like
But even saying that, I'm just thinking whether that was the wood that they had on it. You know, that they were good. Yeah.
Probably some
Yeah.
more children as well. all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So sick, man. These are the same devils that was in the caves,
Yeah.
man. So what do you think Biden and all them guys think about? Biden is older than he is, still think lust after little children, man. Sniffing them because he wants to drink their blood and all that.
That adrenal problem.
These devils are sick people, man.
Please, sir.
Um,
Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau.
He's got no morals, man. He's got
Yeah,
no morality, bro. He's a lust demon.
Yeah.
That's what he wants to do, man.
Deviant,
You know,
sure,
he won't
deviant.
be constrained by any law, anything the Most High wills. He's not constrained by that.
No boundaries.
Yeah.
None.
He's a deviant, man.
So you can't trust someone like that.
Yeah, you're gonna give him the power of the earth
Yeah.
to let him rule. That's why the earth's fucked up the way it is, man.
This is a man who doesn't. You can't even trust his word. Like from
Literally.
time, yeah, from
He makes even numbers like
yeah, from time. Like when you look at what was it, the Persian Empire? Right, then man, like once it was sealed, that was it. The king's decree was the king's decree.
Exactly.
Right, they wouldn't go. Yeah, that's what even if I remember stood. That's
He
what
wouldn't even
even.
break his own decree.
Yeah,
Bro, even regarding
Even
like
with
the second
Daniel.
temple.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
If that was Esau would have said,
Yeah,
nah, that
fuck
was
that.
yeah, null and void.
burn the
Yeah,
letter.
don't worry about that.
Yeah.
So that shit didn't exist.
In front of you, just say, nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lie.
That's it, man. Just goes to show you, like, that just proves on its own that
Can't
Esau's the
verify
word.
You know, you can't verify it.
You know, it's not even real.
That's why the scriptures say Esau is the father of lies, man. The ultimate deceiver. You were saying something?
I'm not just saying, it's like that just shows that Esau's the worst, man. From time you can't even like get a man on his word. It's like,
But
bro.
I was gonna say, look how the court system works. A man can
Yeah.
actually know that you're
Oh,
guilty,
yeah, shit.
but it depends on the logistics of how they catch you.
Yeah.
Like a police officer can know you've got shit in your house, come in there and take it. But if they don't have a warrant,
Right,
you can
yeah.
go to court and you're still gonna get clear.
Or if you didn't wear gloves or something like that. And evidence
Yeah,
is
yeah.
contaminated or lost.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Everything's happened a lot.
You know what people was kicking off about this Manchester thing with because they went to court and said there was insufficient evidence. But then the video came out a day later, full evidence of the whole attack
Right,
of
right,
those
right.
those Ishmaelites who were attacking the police. But Esau said in the court there was insufficient evidence. There was no evidence of the attack. No cameras picked it up and all that. He lied.
No
In his
body
own
cam.
fucking
right,
judicial
right,
system,
right,
man. That's why you can't go to the unjust, man. The law of the unjust. You ain't gonna get no justice in Esau's court system, man. They're a bunch of liars, man.
And then they get a bunch with the jury, they get a bunch of random people
Yeah,
that
yeah,
have
yeah.
nothing to do.
Nothing to do, just hate you. Just by the way you look, and it's like, yeah, fuck it, man. Give him the whole book, man. Throw him down. You know? Put him under the judge.
Hebrews 12:16. Who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. But you know how that afterwards, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears.
Yeah, so Esau is a creature with no hope. So he just does what the fuck he wants to do because there's no redemption for him anyway.
Yeah.
So he might as well.
Yeah, no.
Right? He can't be saved, so he might as well just enjoy it as he sees fit.
Yeah, Esau doesn't fear the Lord. He tells you that in Psalms 10. The fear of the Lord is not in his heart, man. So anything he does, he doesn't think about the repercussions of his actions.
Oh,
He just thinks he can continue to do things and he's never going to have to pay for it. But in the back of their mind, they know they're going to have to pay one day, but they're so proud. They're thinking even with that they're going to be able to trump that.
But again, it's that characteristic that he possesses, which is the spirit of Cain. Right?
Yeah.
When he transgressed essentially against Heavenly Father and brought on the suitable sacrifice, his reaction was to kill his brother, bro. He's just like, he's just mad. He's just ruthless, man, and reckless.
Yeah.
Like I say he's a carnal lust demon, man. And he's a fucking child that throws his toys out the pram and he's on way type of shit.
Sport brat. That's how he reacts to things. And the Lord created him to be like that.
Yeah.
The Lord created this perfect.
And no one likes brats, man. No one likes those brats,
proud
man.
brats and all that. Everyone hates that character. But they're so proud because they get things and they feel self-entitled. They feel like they deserve it.
Yeah, he's like, fuck you, man.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
give a shit. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
That
And that's
type
how
of
the
spirit.
Rothschilds move. They move like they're so self-entitled that they deserve everything that they've got. Really, the Lord gave you that, man. He's gonna relinquish that power too. You ain't gonna have nothing, man, in the kingdom to come. Except fucking slave to it, man.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus 40 and himself from 12 we say, all bribery and injustice shall be blotted out.
And that's America for you, the place of bribery and injustice. That's all America's about, man. You know, if you got money, you can buy your way out of a court hearing, man.
Buy your way out, buy your way in.
Buy your way out of jail. All that. If you got money, you pay the judge off.
Yeah.
Usually they're part of the same fucking fraternity club anyway. That's why they're all part of them Greek fraternities. Yeah, they, throw things under the rug. No, Harris was doing that.
I was about to say the same thing.
Camelot Harris was doing that. Definitely, she was throwing certain cases under the rug and all that, swiping things off and all that. She was dirty, man.
Opening that mouth.
But anytime it came to Jake, she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna deal with this case and throw the book at him, man."
Well, yeah, man.
Because she's not a Jake.
That's
Yeah,
it.
she's a Elamite. All of a sudden, she's wearing Timbs and listening to old hip hop records. Acting like, "Yeah, I got this from the record store." Now you ain't trying to front like she's a Jake.
So
PR.
someone,
that's PR.
yeah,
It's all PR, man.
yeah.
Just like when the presidents eat ice cream and all that
yeah,
in the community.
yeah,
That's all
yeah,
PR.
yeah.
Bullshit, man.
there was someone broke her down because something like she was saying she used to listen to like Tupac's first album or something at
You probably
uni.
don't even know what the name of the album is.
Yeah, it was like at uni, but then someone was like, "But wait, there, you weren't uni then. That album didn't come out
didn't
until
even
2
exist."
years later."
Nah,
You
that's
know,
shit.
but once again, this is it because the elites are having fun with you people because they may have known that and was like, let's see if anyone's gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
You know, just
The
let
people will pick up and
yeah.
go.
let them people just because they enjoy taking the piss out you.
Well, again, it's that division thing.
Yeah,
You know, it creates problems. You know, because some people know she's fucking lying.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I don't fucking like her.
Yeah.
You know, so they're gonna go vote Trump.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what
that's what it is.
I mean?
One of the other,
It's to keep
one of the
division.
other, yeah.
You know, Trump's getting shot at, doing
Yeah.
Matrix and shit.
Yeah.
You know, and everyone's like, oh, yeah, he's a fucking soldier, he's a fucking
Yeah.
hero, he's
Yeah.
God's
He's got a
gift.
criminal record. He's black.
You know, grabbing people like pussies and shit. But but then on the other side, you got fucking Kamala Harris talking shit. You know, basically talking shit, being
First
pro
female,
black, but not really pro black. Same as Biden. You know, they always make up these bills that negatively affect Jake.
Mhm.
You know, but that's what you pro black. It's all confusion, man. And if you buy into this fucking game and you fucking vote and thinking that something's gonna change, you're a fucking idiot. You know,
They brought Trump out to 50 Cent, many men.
Yeah. Game of Grill and everything, man. I was like, oh, man, they're doing it to this guy.
He's the same guy behind I think it was the 5 Jake in the
It
park.
was, yeah.
Yeah. Right there.
But Jake will forget that.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I top G.
So, but proof on like how PR works is this guy Zuckerberg and the reinvention of Mark Zuckerberg. Before he was just that dead guy, that dead nerd. Yeah, it's like he's a robot. Now that he's got the chain, right? He's the MMA man. He's bopping and all. It's like, yeah. Well, they
You need
cleaned
to
him
have a
up.
Jake image to be appealing.
Yeah,
But the Needham hasn't got no appeal.
that's it.
It's true, isn't it? So,
Even on the PR, if I can say, when, like, for example, the Iraq thing happened, when they were killing those people, those Arabs in Iraq, the negative PR they spun was their insurgents. That's the word that they use. Most Jake don't even understand what that word means, but like essentially, the insurgents literally means like rebel against the government, but like of course they're gonna be rebelling if you go to their country and invade them. But they would go on the news and say, yeah, today we killed 10 insurgents, and people will listen to that, be like, yeah, fuck it, get them, you know. Simple things, but hey, that's the foolishness of the people in the West, man.
Yeah, we're gonna finish it.
Yep.
But true dealing shall endure forever.
must read it again.
Ecclesiasticus 4:12. All bribery and injustice shall be blotted out, but true dealing shall endure forever.
Yeah, so we're waiting for that time of true dealing, right? Waiting for Yahweh Shai to turn and make everything right in this world, man. Because it does. You need to right. It does need a reset. A reset does need to happen.
Yeah.
Right? It's just not in their favor.
Yeah, not in your favor.
Because the reset they're gonna bring is gonna be a fucking hell of a lot worse.
It makes it worse. Yeah.
Make shit worse, right? But I mean, Yahweh Shai when he does reset here, it's gonna be bad for you guys. Not gonna lie. We're not hiding nothing here, right? For 1,000 years, you're gonna go for hell. But ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, everything will be better for it. You know, crimes, as everyone should agree, shouldn't go unpunished. You nations have done crimes, so you shouldn't really complain. It's righteous. It's what should happen, right? And the Most High has deemed it's gonna be 1,000 years. You know, you might think it's long, whatever. I don't care, right?
To
That's up to the Lord.
day. The one day.
Exactly.
To the Lord.
It's a light affliction,
light
really.
It's like when you beat your child and say you understand when you're older.
Yeah. And then when you get older, you're like,
I'm sure we've been in and out of captivity for over 1,000 years. So you know what I'm saying? We've done like 400 years on this level here.
That's true.
We've had other times too. So we've done our time. We've done our time. You're gonna do yours now.
That's it.
You know?
Can't complain.
Only problem for you, you're gonna be guides.
And we're pissed, so we're gonna take it out properly.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're not gonna be mere mortals.
You know,
You're gonna be able to deceive us.
Yeah,
Because we're gonna be playing with you devils day and night, man. The heart is gonna meditate terror on you, man.
Yeah.
You and your children.
That's it. Yeah, because there are certain things in the captivities you guys are doing to us that we can't do to you and we won't do to you.
No, no,
But
no. Shit.
It was something I was saying the other day on one of my videos, right? Slavery is one thing, right? But the way Esau went about his slavery is totally fucking abominable, bro.
Yeah, it's fun.
So fucking disgusting and evil,
Inhumane.
right? That you deserve more than what you're getting.
Yeah.
I know you don't think you deserve anything, but you deserve it and more.
That's why the Lord said double, man.
You know,
Double, man.
the fact that the Lord had to watch his children go through that.
Yeah.
The Lord said he's vexed. He's angry with the wicked every day. So
But
the
not
fact
to
he,
destroy us.
but
punish
to even watch Esau do it is he's pissed,
Mm.
right? And the Most High's wrath is great, and we're gonna find out just how great it is.
For his people, yeah. Definitely.
He also forwarded the affliction.
Yeah,
And
for
the
the
Lord,
affliction. Yeah. So you're really gonna
Wow.
get it when your time's done.
Yeah.
Right? And no one's gonna feel sorry for you. None
No,
of us that have got the whip in our hand or whatever in our hand is gonna feel bad.
Yeah.
Even other nations ain't gonna feel sorry for you. They're gonna be taskmasters over you, and they're gonna be giving you hell. All them East Indians that you slaughtered and all that.
They say shit trickles down,
Hamites,
innit?
yeah.
We gonna beat on those Hebrews too, man. They gonna be pissed,
you, man. They're gonna be on your ass, man.
They said the nations are mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're catching hell because of you. Because of
Japanese,
the dreams you sold.
you gonna put taskmasters for the Japanese over your ass, Ammonites as well. So they gonna get back you, the Nagasaki and Hiroshima. They're gonna get you back for that, man. They're gonna get you back for all of that. Everyone's gonna have their hands on around your necks, man. Your foot on your necks, basically.
He's
Really
missed
us.
he's missed the genocide, man. I was thinking about this when you look at like, the genocide of the 20th, 21st century. It's just Esau. He just perpetuates going around the world, just killing millions.
They're living by that sword, man.
Yeah.
Even regarding the UK riots, the conclusion was one of the the LBC
Right.
talk show and all that. They were saying the conclusion was the white people were the problem.
Yeah.
They were saying white people are the fucking problem, man.
Yeah.
They were the ones burning down. It wasn't the Muslims and all that burning down mosques and burning. It was these crackers, man.
Yeah.
They was just lawless, burning down shops, doing all this other shit. They was
Yeah,
acting
I'm
like
venting,
cavemen.
Yeah.
You know? They were looting Greg's and that. Like,
Yeah.
one woman went into a shoe zone and she showed
Shoes
the
on,
Crocs from
selling
shoe
crops
zone.
and all that.
Man, we're smashing up cemeteries.
Yeah, throwing paint in cemetery graves and all that. Like, you're doing too much, man. You're doing way too much.
But that isn't even the right thing anyway. You don't
That's
notice you
Esau.
go to these cemeteries and some of the tombstones are bust up. I can only you might say that type of shit.
He's so sick, man. That's why they came to the conclusion white people are the problem.
See, if
And
Jake did that, man, you probably think he's cursed for the rest of his life.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not that kind of fear, bro. He's just going special on the tombstone.
That's why everyone's gonna come to that conclusion on the earth.
Yeah.
And you saw for white people are the fucking problem of the earth, man.
Remember the World Cup, I believe.
Yeah,
When
World
the
Cup.
They were,
Look at this Olympics thing, man. All that blasphemous and all that
Yeah.
blasphemy. Like everyone's coming to the conclusion that you saw for white people are just, you're inferior, man.
Right,
You're really
right.
sick people in the head. You just got all this fucking power, man.
Oh,
yeah, the point, World Cup, this Edomite, when they were celebrating, they were drinking, liquor on the behind of the,
Oh,
the
that us.
the other man.
You're fucking disgusting.
That's nasty.
Oh, you thought that's fun. I don't understand. You can't comprehend that.
Yeah, spirit's not
Yeah, you
upright.
can't comprehend that type of shit. That's just filth.
That's why,
But what's to be expected from beasts?
Yeah.
We don't. Something they like to call us animals and shit,
Beast,
monkeys and whatever. But
Oh,
you shoot.
You're
You're real bad, man. You know,
You're the beast,
the
man.
ones you like to pick out fucking hammers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why I said they were children of fools, children of basemen, man. They're really like just low and degenerate, man. They're the most despicable out of all the heathen nations. Esau is the most despicable, man.
Yeah.
Even though it started with them Hamites, but Esau took it to a whole nother level, man.
Yeah.
That's why you're supposed to be. You're like
Locked
stray
up.
dogs on the loose. Yeah, you're supposed to be locked. You're supposed to be in chains, man.
That's why the Lord locked you up for 1,000 years.
Yeah,
in the
you're supposed to be-
Caucasus.
yeah. You're supposed to be in chains, man. You're supposed to have no allegiance and no type of power in anything in this earth, man.
You can't give power to beasts, man.
Isn't it, man?
It's the book of Psalm 7, start, I'm reading from 11 and jump down.
Yeah.
Most High judges the righteous, and Most High is angry with the wicked every day.
Every day the Lord's angry with the Edomites, man. Every day. So the Lord's burning like this. Like I told you, vengeance burneth in his heart. He's waiting for the day to come. That's why I said the first people who's going to come to visit is who? Edom, man. Who is this with dyed garments from Edom? Coming from Bosra. The Lord's coming to visit you Edomites specifically, man. Yeah, squash you like the bugs that you are.
Great.
Yeah, because you're the main adversary of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua on the earth, the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. You're the main adversary, man.
And this is what the Most High is going to demonstrate too, right? Because before we was birthed, right, Jacob and Esau, it was said that there will be two manner of people, right? We're meant to represent the righteous, the greatest and best of humanity, right? Put it like that. Esau represents the worst.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. That's why the world is in the state that it is, and people are gonna understand these things after this is all said and done. All this crazy shit that Esau's brought into this world, or should I say, amplified?
Yeah.
Because wickedness has always been in the earth, but Esau's amplified it onto another level now. Mass produced it.
Yeah. Like when you watch music videos, like once again, like you watch music, it's just softcore porn nowadays. You've got
For the music videos,
Got a new one with
yeah,
Megan Thee
Megan Thee
Stallion.
Stallion, yeah.
China, Japanese guy.
And people were like, even in the comments, people was like, why can't you just make music without having to get naked?
Yeah, like what happened to the guys with the loops and the harps? You know what I mean? They're just wearing the regular clothes. You know, that type of stuff. No, they got to be naked because sex sells. As they have that saying.
Yeah, but it keeps you can't like just being constantly bombarded with that. It's just
That's
keeps
the
you
spirit of
low.
Babylon.
Yeah,
You know, it's the spirit of Babylon, man.
Keeps you in a carnal mindset.
Over sexualization and
But that's what they want. They want you simple.
alphabetism. Yeah, that's why they
Your
push all these
base
agendas
nature,
so
yeah.
hard. That, you know,
It's distractions, and that's what they want you to be distracted the whole time. Sports, sex, anything they can throw at you, they're throwing it. You know, while they leave getting on with their business, man.
basically.
You know?
I can grab this real quick. It's Ecclesiastes 10:6. It says, "Folly is said in great dignity, and the rich sits in low place."
yeah, everyone was bemused by this whole Olympics thing. You know, the Olympic Games.
It's just a fucking LGBT event, bro.
It's all funny.
That's all it is now.
But they put it so high in regard in society that, you know, if you speak against it, people will look at you funny. Like, what's wrong with you? And they're just straight up showing you debauchery to you and your children, man. Your children are waking up every morning thinking about trannies and shit, man.
Hey, but this thing, these algorithms that are online, because everyone's online voicing their opinions now, because you got those that disagree with it, right?
Yeah.
But the algorithm is clocking all these things, it's recording all these things, right?
Yeah.
Esau's getting even more great understanding who's with the system, who ain't,
No,
who's prepared to bow to the image of the beast, and who's not.
Who's going to be more of a problem?
You know,
Yeah, they already know, yeah.
Esau's continuously categorizing people because people change, people's perceptions change, right? So
Yeah.
what they found out maybe a year ago with another event,
Mhm.
no, these people might have changed their perspective of things, and so they're going to continuously analyze it,
Yeah.
okay, until they're ready to drop that MOTB, man.
Yeah.
You know, because they need to get an idea of the type of resistance that they're going to come with,
Yeah.
or be met with.
Yeah.
You know,
And they're realizing too that a lot of people are becoming less so-called religious, more or less godless, basically.
Yeah.
They're just about fulfilling the lust. They don't regard the Heavenly Father no more. They're becoming more atheists, basically.
Yeah.
That's what they want, that Luciferian type doctrine of basically Satanism.
Yeah. And then also they don't want the opposition that social media is giving them, because I saw one study basically saying basically the older generation all believe in the H thing, right, in 1939, 45 allegedly, but the younger people, for instance, less likely to believe it, right? But then when you look at what's kind of spreading that information out, is the social media, which is why what we had over the last week in the UK, the solution has been to clamp down on the social media and misinformation.
There was a guy that got arrested over the
Facebook, man.
Facebook thing.
Making comments.
Yeah.
And that's going into the famine of the word. They're going to come down. Really, they want to clamp down on the men of the Lord.
That's
We're the main threat to this new world order. We're the ones.
because we disagree with all.
Yeah.
Because basically he's going to become the the Fauci said it, and then also the Prime Minister of Australia basically said, Fauci said, "I am science." Basically, if I don't say it ain't true, then the forget how she Arden, it was New Zealand, whatever her name is. She basically said something similar of "we are truth," right? Because basically that's what Esau is about. He's about to say, just like in the film 1984, like what he says is
Ministry of
truth,
Truth, innit?
Ministry of Truth. Because like who really is the arbiter of, who really says whether something's misinformation? Or he does.
Yeah.
He will get his experts to be like, well, that's not really true.
Fact
And
checkers.
fact check. Yeah.
But did they check,
Exactly.
or did they just take it from the source that they officially said?
Yeah, exactly.
You can say what you want. These politicians lie all fucking day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got it from an official. Oh, he never actually said that. Okay. Well, just because he didn't say it, does he mean he ain't doing that?
Yeah,
This is why you got to watch what this devil's doing.
Yeah.
As opposed to
Not
what they're
he's
saying.
Yeah.
Right? You watch and connect things. It's not just a nice thing. Things are happening elsewhere. You got to put the puzzle together.
Exactly.
It's not about what they're saying, because they're never going to tell you I'm the fucking devil. I'm trying to kill you all. He's not going to say that.
Never.
Never going to say that. Right? So you need to watch what he's doing. Be vigilant.
Tell you the
Be
opposite.
sober. But the average devil is seeking from whom may consume, right? You have to watch this devil closely and read more than what he's saying.
Yeah.
You know?
This is the book of Sirach 12 and 8. a friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved, but in his adversity, even a friend will depart.
So
Yeah, man. So like when Jacob doing good, like the perfect example you can use in modern times is when those games are on and Jake win those competitions for these Edomite nations. It remunerates those countries. They get paid money of winning those tournaments. The country does better. Tourism increases. Like it increases the bravado. Everyone loves the French when Mbappe scoring goals and Pogba's not doping and all of that kind of stuff. When Saka scoring penalties, everyone, all them Edomite women are buying their little Edomite kids Bukayo Saka tops and all the rest of it. But in the moment them man come crash out our competition, Saka's on the newspaper right on the front. Harry Kane.
Even if they were saying about the rights as well, they're saying if Saka and all them man won the finals, them man would have been right. The man would have been more celebrated because they didn't win the finals. They'd have had a reason to,
Because the thing is, these guys are writing a very small minority of Esau's population, right? And it's because they're like triple time losers, man. Right? They're the basis of Esau. Right? They are the basis of Esau, right? And they ain't got nothing else but their fucking pubs and their. Someone said, there's less pubs and there's bookie shops. I'm like, is that what you got? Is that your aspiration? Like, pubs and fucking bookies, betting shops. That's what you got going for you, bro. That's sad. And I understand you're frustrated, but you are not living a fucking good life anyway. Like, what was you gonna do with no immigrants? The same thing you're doing now, essentially.
Exactly. They just need someone to blame it on.
Yeah.
Because someone pointed out, like, why do all of these basically these races still sound illiterate? The Lord's creation. I just double check what I said. So the lady Jacinda Ardern is her name. It says basically said the quote was we will continue to be your single source of truth, and that unless you hear it from us, it is not the truth.
Yeah, so that's the famine of the word, man. And they're going to demonize and criminalize anyone that speaks against their agenda. That's why even the new thing now regarding the biometric device, that's why we use our words wisely as well. We're on the internet now more so than before. Because now they're clamping down on people that are speaking against, the AI and the biometrics and the MOT to the B, because they want to clamp down and they want to make sure everyone is invested in it to take it. As many people as possible, man. So if you've got people speaking against it, then that's gonna, incline other ears. So they don't want that. So now they're gonna demonize people on the web for making comments. Like they're gonna come to your house, knocking on your door, and arrest you. If you're using Facebook, Twitter, all these different things, they're gonna criminalize you now. You're a criminal for making a fucking comment online.
And this is the thing, right? Some of you guys might get on us because we quote a lot of movies and stuff like that, right? But not knowing that these are insights of the elite's minds, right? Because that is truly 1984. If a government is saying that is completely 1984. And you'd imagine that these movies everyone knows about, very popular book, movie, whatever, right? And it's known as a dystopian scenario, right? And most people be like, oh, we need to avoid that because that's bad, right? So how come all these governments are moving towards that? Because they're not ignorant of these things. They obviously know there's parallels going on here. It's because they're set up to do that. It's what they're going to become. You know what I'm saying? This is where they're going to be at. Because it's one is prophecy, right? And Esau's on the left hand side has been doing these movies and books to show you what he intends to do. Animal Farm, right? So the Most High's got that spirit upon him to build the society that he's been showing you this whole time in these movies before he's been able to achieve it. All the sci-fi movies and the chips and stuff, right? All that is happening now. Yeah, it wasn't 40 years ago. Technology wasn't there for that, but it is now. It's now, right? And so, what do you think he plans to do with this technology?
That's why they got the Pentagon that finance most of the top Hollywood movies, financed by the Pentagon, man. They got agendas to achieve.
But nah, that's conspiracy. But I say, watch what he's doing, not what he's saying.
That's because it's something like straight up. They say you can't use American military hardware unless America wins in the film.
They always have to win. The UFO movies, any type of alien attack, bioweapon attack, it's always America that comes out on top. Bullshit though, because in the real movie, which we're living right now, America loses, man. Babylon goes into destruction, man. And that's what's coming to these Edomites. Man. These devils want to try and hide it behind their Hollywood productions and that. But they're gonna have to face reality too, face the music. You know?
V for Vendetta was a good film. as
V for
well.
Yeah,
Vendetta.
yeah.
Equilibrium.
That was
all
heavy
them
on the
movies, man.
curfews and things like that.
Yeah.
You know, keeping people inside after a
Martial
certain
law.
time.
For your protection.
And that
Yeah.
goes into the minute men. That goes into martial law. So Esau's always had these thoughts in the back of his mind, how he's going to create a dystopian state, like the brother was talking about, which means a bad place, totalitarian governments. You know.
They say what's it say? They've done a diligent search, man. They've heavily planned this, man. They look at it from all angles, man.
Yeah.
And looking for ways to improve it, given the technology they got at the time.
And also part of it is the depopulation. That's why they have all these different viruses that they're releasing. They want to fucking depopulate a lot of people on the earth.
That's why they're going to be a World War III.
Yeah.
Part of that's to help with that. You know, what's that, bro?
Yeah, and also, I mean, the advancement of weapons, they got robot killers, robot.
Yeah. Automated drones. I'm hearing that they're actually taking action on themselves now.
Yeah.
I heard that recently. One of the articles I was reading.
Yeah.
You know, they had to they killed whoever it was.
Even the V for Vendetta, they showed personified the false flag setup. Like there was a scene in V for Vendetta where he was watching a movie with the girl that he captured, and she was a news anchor, and then she's sitting there watching one of her colleagues basically tell us the full story about somebody's death, and then she goes to him, she's lying. He asks her how, and then he basically says to her, because she blinks a lot while when she tells the story, that basically, long story short, like they were showing in the movie essentially how false flags work and how the reporters actually know between each other the traits that they have when they're covering false
They're
stories.
just told to read the fucking story, man. They're not here to make subjective criticisms about it. Read the fucking teleprompter. That's what they're told. You know, do your job. You know. Otherwise, we'll release those shower pictures.
The dog pictures.
Yeah.
That's why I always say, man, believe half of what you hear and half of what you see, man. Because these devils are always, they use a lot of witchcraft, man, to bemuse the people.
Especially now in the advent of AI, man. That AI, but all our can just real talk, get ready to be made to look crazy.
Yeah, man, the deep fakes.
Yeah,
all
the
that.
deep fakes is crazy, man. It's actually
They
crazy.
used the deep fake on that Rwandan you, man. That was a deep fake, man. You could see his mouth wasn't even really moving like that. It was computerized. It was computerized, man. His head was just in one place, some big ass melon head. That guy probably don't even exist, man.
No one's seen it.
Still don't even know what happened to
No
the
one's
guy.
seen
What he was sentenced or whatever. He's supposed to be in court from last week Friday. What happened to the sentencing?
There's no court footage.
No one from the school.
All of a sudden, they said that the three little piglets that got killed, the case was open and adjourned.
Right.
The other day they said it's adjourned. So what happened to
That
the
was fucking
sentencing?
quick.
What happened to the sentencing, man? Where's the guy gone that so-called killed? Supposedly he was a Muslim, now he's a Christian. Like, where is he at? All psyops, man.
And it wasn't illegal.
All psyops.
And they let that fester.
100%. No,
You know, they let that fester. And then would you know what else they said? Could it have been foreign countries trying to sow discord in the country?
I love that. Yeah, blame Russia.
Yeah.
Blame Russia.
That's why the writers didn't even know what was going on. The guy called into the show and he was just all over the place.
Yeah.
The guy said, "What? You drove all the way 3 hours from your yard from this place and to riot to do what?" I said, "Yeah, because the blacks and Asians and the Arabs are taking over. How they taking over?
They're taking over.
They just are. They just are.
Oh, like,
Then where did you get your information from? Social media.
Tate.
Yeah.
Somebody, you know what I mean?
Social media.
Tommy Robinson's page, Twitter page.
But that was probably, once again, that was probably a setup because they're really trying to push that whole I've got it from social media.
Nah, social media's bad.
You know,
I mean, it is mostly. But,
But it's a tool of the elites, man, because that's how it's able to amplify things that aren't. Like, for instance, when you look at the whole tea thing, the amount of information that is on it about it or conversation about it on social media, you think everyone's a tea.
That's why the algorithm does its job.
Yeah, just keep
Flooding your mind.
Yeah.
making you feel like it's everywhere around you.
Yeah. Because you go parts of England, man, you don't see another foreign.
Yeah, there's certain parts
no.
where the Jake don't even exist to certain people.
Yeah, you go certain parts of London.
Yeah.
He's there like, yo, stop
Feel
it.
like a
Fuck the-
stranger.
I'll tell you what, where the proof is on that. When you go get on an airplane
Yeah.
to another country,
Yeah.
you might find two Jake on the plane.
Yeah.
That is the demographic of really
Yeah.
what city it is in England.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
100%. 100%.
and they're all going to Egypt. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
That's why Esau, you know, the Moab and all that, they go everywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere you go on the face of the earth,
Oh,
you're gonna find a Chinese man, and you're definitely gonna find an Edomite.
It's funny because where brothers grew up in
Yeah.
North London, I was with one of the Archive, and this was ends back in Wood Green. It's like ends,
Yeah,
isn't it?
No,
But
no,
like,
no, no, no.
yeah, when I was there, it was like, oh, the Moabites were everywhere. We're like, yo, what's going on? You
They're
know?
infested, man. They're infested.
You'll see Jake in dense populations in certain areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine, isn't it? Obviously, because that's what you do. That's what you did with us. You just put us in one little fucking space, right? But as a collective, like collectively around the UK, we're not like that. It's not like that. You know,
You can't have racist mortgage practices, isn't it?
you might as well just say, oh, they're taking over your such and such city, and you might as well say that they're not taking over the UK.
Which can be true.
Yeah, it could be true, but the UK, no, that'd be stupid. With what army? Yes.
You go with it, something?
A little bit more. Real quick then.
Oh, new seasons. Finish it.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, finish it. Finish it.
This is, I mean, Psalm 7, I mean, jump down 16. You say, his mischief shall return upon his own head.
Yeah, so all these wicked devices and wicked imaginations, really, it's all gonna come back to Esau's own head, man. That snare, which ultimately is gonna be the nuclear war, because his own weapon is gonna be his own downfall. You know, that's gonna be the sword to, you know, cut off the head of the snake.
Yeah, it's created the weapons of his own destruction.
Yeah.
And his violent dealings.
And sorry, and just to say enough on that, because in warfare, if you get killed with your own sword,
Yeah,
for instance, right, it's a great shame.
it's a shame, man.
You know, it proves you weren't a fucking warrior, man. You were disarmed and killed with your own sword, man.
Dishonorary.
Yeah.
Dishonorary.
So that's what it is. It's gonna be a shameful thing. His downfall is gonna be full of shame,
Yeah.
not glory, shame.
Oh, it says that shameful
Does, yeah.
experience shall be upon thy glory.
That's right.
With everything that you accumulated in regarding wealth and how you got to the stature you are in society, it's all by skullduggery. It's all by thievery, robbery, murder.
Because when you hear a man got stabbed by his own sword, you lose all respect for that man.
Yeah.
No one's gonna respect you so after this devastating knockout blow that you're gonna receive, man. You know, no one's gonna respect you no more.
That's what they're gonna say, is this the man?
Yeah, that's it. They're gonna look at you like, what?
And that's what the kids saw, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. It's a dishonorable death. You know?
So we'll pick that up in the evening. Yeah, we're gonna.
And his violent dealings shall come down upon his own head.
So judgment, man. That's why the brothers were saying, man, no one escapes judgment. Man. Everyone has to deal with the judgment seat of the Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Either way, man. No one escapes.
And the Lord is not mocked.
Yeah. Whatever you sown in this life, you're gonna reap, man. Esau sown nothing but wickedness, man. So you're gonna reap the same.
From antiquity.
Yeah, from antiquity, man. The beginning, the inception, even going back to Cain, man. Like this devil was just always about doing the opposite of righteousness, man. Doing the wrong thing, you know, at the wrong time. Yeah, every time's the wrong time, isn't it? Something real quick.
Yeah.
Psalms 9:16, Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executed.
And this is why when this all goes down, everyone's gonna know this is the Lord's judgment, man.
Yeah.
Because none of these other religions and these other books are prophesying what's about to happen, man. None of their gods is gonna show up to claim it. Because none of these, everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck's going on?
They don't exist.
They don't know. They don't know what's going on out here, really. You know, everything's gonna happen according to the word of our God.
Yeah.
Okay, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, right?
Yeah.
So nobody else can claim that.
Yeah. No, because we can tell you according to the scriptures why there's uproars of the society right now. There's people, you know, sedition amongst men. Because everything's written of in the scriptures is prophecy, man.
Yep.
It's the word of the Lord coming to pass.
And the Lord's got his prophets out here preaching that.
Yeah.
You know, where are these other dudes, for these other groups, these other religions? What are they preaching? Nothing, man. They ain't got no
man.
prophecies. They ain't got
Just
no.
to love your foes and all
Yeah,
that. Love
yeah.
everyone, love everyone. No,
You
it's
know?
not about that.
They're not on nothing, man. So when it all happens, everyone's gonna know it's happening according to the word that we've been speaking.
Yeah.
Right. And our power has a name.
Especially when the mark comes out.
Yes.
When the mark of the beast comes out to fruition, man, because they already got it out here. They already got the brain seed here. So the mark's already here, but it's just not being made mandatory yet.
Yeah,
Once
yeah,
they make it mandatory, man, and force it on you people, then you're gonna come to the conclusion that the prophets, have, told you the truth.
yeah.
Then you're gonna know that prophet has been before you, man.
And if I can say on that one, man, because it's something that's really scoffed against.
Yeah.
You know, you'll get certain people that their truth is like, nah, they'll never do that or whatever, what have you. Right? They kind of still think it's far fetched.
You got people doubling down on it.
This
That's not the
devil's done
truth.
so much already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't think he'll go that far?
Exactly.
You got people
Bro, this
doubling
is not even
down.
further he's been.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
true,
saying?
true.
So yeah, don't think like, this man just shot everybody up with some unknown substance.
Yeah.
You think you want to stick a device in it, like
Yeah.
a damn animal, track and trace you.
He'll convince you need it too.
Yeah.
Just like he did with the
The C device.
Venom.
CV.
He understands that people will do anything in a crisis, man.
Yeah.
Right? Because even the old passports, if I remember, I mean, I don't remember whether those are meant to be permanent. Were
They weren't meant to be.
Yeah.
Permanent. They were told that this was temporary while this was going on.
But now
They
you can't. Yeah, now you can't. What would you call? You can't go anywhere without one.
Yeah, the
You know?
e-passport. See.
Yeah.
They don't want you to leave your house with no fucking identification.
Yeah.
You know?
So imagine that.
Yeah.
Man. This devil's, he's been about that. That's why it says the number of a man. And that man is Esau Edom. He's the one touting this technology to the forefront, man.
Yeah.
It's not the Chinese, it's not the Arabs, it's Esau that's
Yeah.
really touting this technology, man.
That's right.
It's, his device through Yahweh Shem Yahushua on the left hand side.
So I'll read it again. So Psalm 9:16, Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higayon Selah.
Yeah. So he doesn't understand that everything that he's been doing is really for his own downfall.
Yeah.
Right? For the Most High to bring the full force of his judgment that he wishes to bring upon Esau.
The full force of the Lord.
Right? Because Esau has to do all this, man. It's for the Most High to really be justified in the judgment he brings. Because he's gonna be devastatingly crazy. Like that's why it's on the scale of unknown.
Yeah.
So it has to justify what Esau's been doing. Right? That's why he's been allowed to rule and do all this fucking crazy shit. For the Most High to come
Like
to
that.
hurt him hard.
That's why it says his sins have reached to the heavens, man.
Yeah.
His wickedness has surpassed whatever level of the threshold, man, of wickedness.
But the Lord's a balanced power, man.
Yeah.
He's not going to bring a greater judgment than you deserve. That's why there's no fucking hell.
Yeah,
they don't
the
even know
hell-
what to say. You know, Esau's going to get hit hard, but he ain't going to hell.
The Lord's gonna kill a couple 100 million people in 1 hour. Like you really gotta like think about it. Like
Wipe the slate of them.
And no man is innocent, so no man can complain.
Every time one of the prophets saw it, they got sick. Ezra got sick.
yeah.
Other people was like he hid himself and asked the Lord, like, you must have been angry at the rivers and the trees and all nature.
Structures.
because the nukes is the end of the story. It's gonna be hell before the nukes come.
Yeah.
Scripture says, Yahushua said, what will lie, right, if it be already kindled, right? As in, I'll come and
fellow,
fire. Yeah.
Fellow intent to will.
Yeah, it
wants
needs like the cherry on the top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but then you got your house shine the angel that are gonna come like straight after that.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a pleasant time, man. Not the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. You know, these are things that no man would really usually would want something like this. This is crazy. The Lord hasn't done something like this since he flooded the earth. You know?
Well, it's going to be an then one. Because it's in Jeremiah 16:14. No longer shall it be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of Egypt, but Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of the north.
Right? Because remember this, like Egypt, in comparison, this deliverance is greater just on the scale of it, right?
Yeah.
Egypt was an isolated area, right? That judgment took place. Same as Sodom and Gomorrah, it's an isolated place where fire came down, right? This whole world, because we're in the whole world, this is the issue. Because Jake is in the whole world, judgment's gonna be going forth everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But we know the main spot is America, and that's gonna be totally annihilated. Egypt still exists. You know what I'm saying? But America is gonna be melted essentially. It's gonna become a lake of fire.
Yeah.
Right? And the land of America is fucking vast, bigger than Egypt. Just that space alone. But there's all this other stuff going on as well. Earthquakes everywhere. Uproars. It's just so much on a grander scale. And that's why it can't be compared really. That's why we're gonna sing new songs.
Yeah. And so we should say something. I was saying, and when you think of the story of Rahab the harlot, she said, we have heard. Whereas this time when it says in Revelation 1, it says every eye shall see it when Yahushua comes back.
It's not be word of mouth.
Yeah.
Some messenger. No.
Yeah.
It's gonna be televised.
Yeah.
It's gonna be recorded. People will be on their fucking Instagram. What the fuck they're doing, right?
Yeah.
thinking, oh my God, you know, like you ever watch Cloverfield?
I remember.
Yeah,
Man was on his phone the whole time. Oh my God,
Yeah.
like, and people watching it. You know what I mean? And so it's like people are gonna witness it, man, and they're gonna feel it. They're gonna take part in the experience, man, because the earth's gonna erupt to like a drunkard, man. They know something's fucking up.
They're gonna see the cloud.
They're gonna see the smoke.
Because when you
Yep.
really think about what the Lord is about to do,
Yeah, but the camera will be not on it because of the leak, the heat, and the
No doubt, but they're gonna see one form or other. They're gonna see,
They're gonna have the internet anyway.
you know.
Yeah.
Witness the destruction worldwide.
I was gonna say when you look at just Yellowstone on its own, Yellowstone super volcano. I remember watching that growing up, and it was a Yellowstone never, blew up. It basically caused a nuclear winter, but the Lord was like, that's not enough.
No.
You know, I think it would take if it was to blow it immediately, would take out the maybe that state that it's in and a little bit of the surrounding states as well. Like just that on its own, but the Lord is like not enough.
And even that as well, Daniel 4 says like the Lord's gonna come with the eight. Like,
Yeah.
as well. And like they got dreadful names like my God,
Yep.
like the Most High.
And this is the thing. These these super volcanoes, right? They're all like kind of, they're not active, but they're not dormant, right? They're anticipating that they're gonna blow up, right? And they don't know when. It's like a surprise, isn't it? The Lord's keeping that in store.
Yeah.
Because you imagine, like, when these missiles hit, the kind of energy that's going to be released in the earth is going to fuck up all tectonic plates and all kind of shit. It's going to cause these things to explode. This is why America's just going to be finished. There's nothing for America to come back from.
Exactly.
Lava, everything broken up, tectonic plates shifting, and
All the
earthquakes.
oil reserves.
It's going to be a complete fucking mess.
Fuel for the fire, man.
Black smoke.
Yeah.
And all the people as well. All the people want to be more fuel for the fire.
Yeah, man.
We need oxygen to burn up.
It's going to be devastating.
This is from USGS.gov. It says, what would happen if supervolcano eruption occurred at Yellowstone? It says those parts of the surrounding states of Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming that are closest to Yellowstone would be affected by pyroclastic flows, while other places in the US would be impacted by falling ash. Now ash will be hot.
Yeah,
Very
okay.
hot.
And they didn't they discharge some electromagnetic thing as well.
Right.
They might fuck up the grids and shit as well.
Yeah, no, if the earth shakes all to
Yeah.
all the tectonic plates, all that electromagnetic force, it's gonna be this destruction is
This is crazy.
yeah, you can't put it into words, man. The
Yeah.
scriptures, saying more than enough, but even with that, witnessing it is different than just actually fucking speaking. Man.
Woe is me, who shall deliver me in those days?
When your five senses are being overloaded with everything that's going on, it's a whole different experience, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Reading it from a book, we can only articulate so well.
Yeah.
Right, but to go for it is a whole different thing.
Different level.
Smell it.
Yeah.
Hear it.
See
The
it, man.
fear in your body,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's a whole different feeling to that.
Oh, men's hearts failing.
As I said, the righteous will scarcely make it, man. There's gonna be some death-defying situations brothers are gonna be in and witnessing.
Yeah.
The people are not gonna be delivered, man. A lot of people are just gonna be screaming for help, and you're not gonna hear their lamentations in that. They're gonna be dying in grievous deaths, man.
Yeah, they take us like one from the city.
Yeah. You know, that's right.
Okay, grab this unless someone's got something. You go first. Okay, I thought it. So Luke 21:25 and 26 says, and there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
So just to rewind a little bit, it says with perplexity, right? What does perplexity mean? Confusion, right? Why are people going to be confused? Because they have no knowledge and wisdom. They don't know what's going on, right? The prophets, the men of the Lord, are going to have knowledge and wisdom, right? Which says shall be the stability of thy time. So we're not going to be confused. Like we know exactly what's happening, right? We have no control over it, of course, but we understand what's going on, so it gives us a bit of comfort.
Yeah.
Right? Because the Lord is doing what He said He would. It's these people out here that don't really believe in these scriptures at all that are going to be bugging out and not knowing what's going to happen out of all of this.
Yeah.
You know, we're fully expecting like, yeah, this is all going to happen, and these people are going to suffer, and the Lord's going to turn up, and we're going to be saved. That's what we're expecting. Yeah.
Just like a small example with this, to keep mentioning the UK riots, man. We already knew what was going to happen at the back of this, man. He's all going to come down with more draconian legislation. He's going to come down with more and more on the people because he wants to basically come with that control over the masses, man. Take more of your liberties and your privileges away and take more and push more control over you. you know, to control you like fucking, you know, bots. You know, that's what he wants to basically do. So we already knew off the back of that what was going to happen. Now that's why we weren't surprised and we didn't partake in it. We would have sit back, watch, and
Yeah.
and see what happens, see what unfolds. And now we know. Now we know we're in the next process of this whole dystopian state.
These last few years have been like the year of colonial legislation. You know what I mean? They've just been bringing more and more things in.
Yeah.
You know,
That's why it's spiritual that Apostle Elder Tahar said this is the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, because it really could kick off this year. With all the things that are happening, the elections getting ready to take place. You know, who knows what's gonna happen in November or before November. You know?
Like I was gonna say, man, it's crazy nowadays. Like you have major events like this that will just be forgotten. Like I'm pretty sure, you know, obviously as speakers, man, I'm pretty sure in a week's time they're not going to be talking about the riots like that.
No, it's old news.
Same way with there was a market crash just Monday. It was
already old news. Already
old news, not talking about it anymore. You know, which is just how it's testament to how messed up this world is at the moment. There's always something new, something new happen.
When it's about 12, they were doing the same thing.
and what this teaches people as well is not to worry about it.
Yes.
Because if it's just coming and going, it's not that deep.
That's true.
You know, and then quickly forget about it. Like it's not an ongoing issue. Like it's not going to lead to greater problems further down the line. That's not the mentality we have. When we see these things, these are things that are going to have knock-on effects later on down the line. You know, that are going to affect things in the future. You know, so we speak things, and it sounds crazy because we're still talking about it. But the reason why we're even here today is because of what's happened in the past.
Real quick. I was going to say quickly, even like with ancient Rome, though, they had their stuff going on simultaneously, wave after wave after wave, and that's why they had to distract people continuously with the games, man. You know.
Let's get this real quick. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices."
Right, so we're not deceived by his antics, man. You know, we know there's things going on. Right, we're not being distracted by his illusions and his his theatrics, man. You know, that's for these people, and that's why when that time comes, they're gonna be confused. You know, because they didn't know what was going on. They thought it was nothing.
But now they've got no cloak, man. Scriptures speak about that, man. Right? Now there's no cloak for, you know, especially with Jake, for sins and stuff like that, because the truth has been out there. Right? What does it say in Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter? Like if they hadn't known, right, that's one thing. But you know now. You know?
Yeah, but because we're not the majority of people on the earth, you know, we're not to be listened to because we're just a minority. That sounds crazy. You know, unless Esau says it's right.
What you said, the others said.
But they are the majority too, isn't it? In types of places. But yeah, unless Esau clarifies it, says it's true on a fact checker. These men don't want to believe it because they'd rather believe in the world that they created. This little bubble they live in. No real problems.
If I can say, they don't understand that there's better. Jake doesn't understand that there's better than this. Right? So then when we're saying that Esau's gonna go down,
but again, for them, that they need faith to believe that because there's no evidence of that. There's no evidence that's better than this. So they don't see nothing more than what they see. You know, you have to believe that there's something better than this. So unless you, like the Most High built you with faith, you're never going to see that.
Where there is no vision, the people perish.
That's it.
Right? Because because Apostle Kabar spoke about that a few years ago. Got to be visionaries, man. You know, because we can, when I say we can see the kingdom, I'm not saying we know it's going to be like this or whatever, what have you. You know, Scripture says, "No eye have seen, or no ear heard," but it's just the general thing of like we believe it as a matter of fact that there will be a kingdom.
And it's something we can't really explain on that type of level, right? Because I say you need to be your mind needs to be open. For you to understand really what we're trying to articulate. Because even the Scripture speaks about senses, right? We're built with the senses, eyes, hands, and right, ability to taste, touch, and whatever, right? But there's more senses that we have. Spiritual senses. That's right. And it's something we feel. It's like I say, I can't really describe it, but it's why we believe. There's something in us that makes us feel like it's that everything that we're speaking about is true.
That spiritual connection.
And that there is something to come. You got that, yeah? You got something.
Well, even like parents used to say in the world, you got your sixth sense. Use your sixth sense.
Yeah.
Use your third eye, your spiritual eye, your pineal gland.
And that's these things are open to us that makes us believe these things. You know, because it's something. It's not only. It's hard to kind of describe
the word.
Like, you know, the Lord said that to Peter, and when Peter said, like, thou art the son of the Most High, he said, they flesh and blood have not revealed
that
this unto you, but the Spirit.
That's
that
what
is
makes
like,
us separates us from the other nations. We're really like a spiritual people. We think outside of the box because we're supposed to have that connection with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's what it makes us, you know,
I think
different from the other
I
nations.
think it mentioned discernment or something like that. If you
Oh,
read
yeah,
it, I don't know if you find it or not.
Yeah, I've got
figure it
the one in Cogitation as well that speaks about the senses,
It
the
might be
use
that
of the
one.
five operation.
Yeah, it's that
Yeah,
one.
that's-
Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, what you got there first?
It's the book of Hebrew 11, I'm sorry, from 7. So by faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed.
That's
So
right.
that's the word there, faith. That spiritual sense that we have is a gift from the Heavenly Father called faith, man. Go ahead.
I was gonna say with the senses as well. There's levels. Like for example, with Paul, when he saw and he got knocked off the horse, he was seeing things that the men around him couldn't see
see,
because the Lord had
Yeah.
opened that particular part of the senses up. Like even with
Yeah.
the servant of Elisha.
yeah,
When Elisha his servant couldn't see the angels that were around him, but Elisha could see it. So he was there chilling and comfortable because he had his senses heightened by the Lord. But his servant and the Lord had to open up the servant's senses.
You didn't show you open up his eyes.
Yeah, it's third eye.
we see beyond this realm that we live in. It sounds spooky, innit? But
And we're already on that level because we received this word through that spiritual power. To receive the understanding of this book, you have to have a level of spiritual power. And it tells you in the book of Acts, you said you will receive power and you shall prophesy to the ends of the earth. So that's part of having power of the Lord, man. Have that spiritual understanding. But we can see certain things at certain levels. That's why when we see certain events or certain things happening, certain spooky things like the chariots and that, we already know what that is.
it
But
feeds our
people
faith.
people don't understand that because they're not on that level.
Yeah.
Their minds are not open to that. But our minds are open. So that's why we can see certain things on the spiritual plane that other people can't see. Like we can see when demons are hopping on someone and they're acting out of character. You know, even though they might not act like they're being normal, but to us we can see them demons hopping off their chest, all of that, and their brain.
Feel that energy.
Yeah,
Feel
you
that.
can see like Constantine. You can see the demons. You can see the fourth dimension.
Playing special or you deal with a woman, man.
Yeah.
You Satan
You already
jumping
see
on
Satan jumping on her eyes rolling back in there,
her.
exorcist style.
I remember one time what you call it, with my ex when she had Satan on her heavy in it, but then like basically when the demon left her, like literally the light, I was like, raw. Like that's how devil heavy the demon was on. It's like made the light cut a little bit, man. I was like, damn.
It starts getting cold. And
Yeah.
it's a bit eerie.
You know, I was like, fucking hell.
And as it goes on to say, he went out not knowing whither he went. By faith he sojourned in the land of promise.
And so we walk in a similar fashion. We don't know where our journey is going to lead us. Like the route there. Abraham knew where he was supposed to end up because the Lord said he was going to give him this land, right? So he knew he was supposed to inherit this thing, just like we know we're supposed to inherit the kingdom, Lord willing, right? Well, we will eventually, one way or another. But the route of our individual lives, we don't know where we're walking.
Yeah.
We're being guided in the spirit.
Yeah.
You know, to know that we're going to get to a particular destination. Same thing Abraham was doing here.
Yeah, walk by blind faith.
You know,
even
we
when
don't know our lots. We don't know
Yeah,
if
why
we're going to
not?
perish along the way. We don't really know none of these things.
Yeah.
We know what we're supposed to be doing now, right? And we're going to continue doing those things that the Spirit moves us to do these things. But we know where our end destination is supposed to be.
our hope is. Yeah. That's why we're prisoners of hope. And this is why these examples are written so we increase our faith in these last days. Because when the set perils come, this is what we're gonna have to hold on to, our faith, man.
Yep.
We ain't got no tangible goods and all that material wealth. We gotta hold on to that faith.
That's right. It goes on to say, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which has foundations, whose builder and maker is Most High.
Because you can't imagine this now, right? It's like a rewind of when we went to claim the land with Moses and Joshua. Heathens were in the land. And we've been taken out of Egypt. We're about to be taken out of here.
Yeah.
Right? And we're going to go reclaim our land. And the heathens are going to be, put down before us. Same kind of thing that's going to be going on. But we believe that's going to happen again. Just like it happened that time. Our enemies are going to be put down before us. We're going to go back into our land. and we're gonna live righteous lives, man. The Lord's gonna bless us in our own land, you know. Because like just like then, Abraham said he's in strange lands. We're in a strange land now. This world is all fucked up, man. You know, we don't agree with it. You know, maybe at one time we did before we understood.
Yeah.
But this place is fucking strange.
It's strange,
You know?
And then it will destroy. When the scriptures say, it "Shall destroy his world." Man. You be seeing Jake, man, in this horn. Jake just weird. You know, Jake nowadays just weird, just doing the most, man.
Say, I mean, again, through faith, also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him, and she judged him faithful who had promised.
The
There,
Lord made a promise, right? So the son had to be born of his seed. You know what? Yeah, from Rebecca, isn't it?
Isaac.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not
Abraham,
Hagar.
Sarah.
Yeah, and not Hagar. Hagar wasn't chosen to bear that son. You know, the Lord promised that to him, right? So he has to make good on his promise, regardless of how old she was. It didn't matter. You know, something that seemed impossible at the time.
Yeah.
You know.
So, yeah, so she laughed, didn't it?
Yeah. You would. Like, you what? Nah, I can't do that. I'm old, man. You know. Oh, let's take that.
We're all chosen vessels, man. Whatever the Lord's purpose us to do, you're going to fulfill that purpose. Right?
Whatever his will is.
therefore sprang there even of one, and him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore innumerable. These all died in faith, not having received the promise, but having seen them afar off.
Yeah. Meaning reincarnation. In that lifetime that they was living, that was not the fulfilling of the kingdom coming on the earth. That was in past times. But now we're in reincarnation times where they come back in their lot. Now they're going to receive that salvation. We're in that generation now.
I just realized I said Rebecca, Sarah.
Your Sarah,
Sarah,
Abraham's
Sarah,
wife, Sarah, yeah. So we're going to see that, they're going to see that salvation now because the reincarnation exists.
Yep.
You know, the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets. And all those great men from before, like Abraham came and gone already. In the spirit, we believe that was Abba Bivens in the spirit. And he's already come and gone.
Because this is the thing, someone had to fulfill that prophecy.
Yeah.
Right? Someone had to do that. And none of these guys wanna say out loud who they think it is.
They don't really believe.
They don't really believe, man. They don't want to put their neck on the line and say that, well, we believe it's this guy. Why? Why did you believe it's this guy? What did he do? Right? We got a good reason to believe that Abba Bivens was that guy.
Yeah.
You know, we have a very good reason to believe that because it fits what was supposed to happen.
Through the spirit.
Right? Whether you want to believe it's that man or not, because it has to be somebody.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why the Lord always used to say, "You have eyes to see, let him see," man. Like, because you have to have that spiritual line or spiritual mindset, man, to be able to see certain things in the spirit. Not always about the physical. You have eyes to see, let him see, meaning like you can see things beyond this realm. Like, that's why you can, picture certain things that happen through prophecy, and you can line it up in the spirit, and you'll be able to like realize certain things through the spirit. Oh, yeah, this guy is this guy. And so
That's it. You can see things better in retrospective, right? You might not be able to necessarily at the time, but you look back, it's like, no, okay, yeah, no, he fulfilled that.
Yeah.
He did do that, right? Because everything that Abba Bivens did has led to what we have today.
So,
You know,
Yep.
because it wasn't these Israelite groups. What the fuck they doing? I don't know what the fuck they doing, right? It ain't not. This isn't their community. It's all that come from One West.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's found out that.
The commandment keepers, man.
when the Southern Poverty Law Center, right, are making their attack, they're making their attacks against the
One
One West.
Yeah. Because they know.
Yeah, they ain't taking no Israelite.
Yeah.
But they're peace. They're at peace with the world. They
Might as well just be Christian.
yeah.
Even the elites, they know who the real, threat is regarding the Hebrew Israelites,
Yeah.
which are the main group. They know that Great Millstone is the main group that they
Yeah.
need to take down. That's why they got guys in IUIC,
Yeah.
IFK that sold out.
Yeah.
Because them guys are sellouts, man.
That's
But
it.
they know that the GMS, Great Millstone, they're the real threat.
Yep.
That's why they got vocab concentrating on us the hardest, man.
Yeah.
Even Esau knows who the real
Yeah.
prophets are.
which is why you don't really make that much attention on, put that much attention on Great Nostra.
Mm.
Because this is what is the truth,
Easier to
right?
attack the other groups.
Easier to attack the other groups, and then like also Esau's, because when Jake, when you see certain Jakes are gonna agree, they'll be like these, okay, IUIC, okay, they pick up some of the doctrines, like but that makes sense. But IUIC goes off an important thing. Whereas if they do the same with GMS, with Great Nostra, and that's through the Spirit, right? People are gonna be like, everything is they're saying makes sense, and actually there's no holes in the doctrine. So Esau doesn't want that, man. They'd much rather people fall into those other camps than to fall into Great Nostra.
For Esau, it's all about control.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you control is it shows what you are exposed to.
Yeah.
Right. So if you can put out these bootleg camps instead, he's distracting you from the actual whole truth,
That's it.
Yeah,
which is part of his goal. Right. So
He'll
he can't stop the movement
Mm.
because it'll bring up too much attention. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
So you
yeah.
can't directly attack us, GMS.
infiltrate.
They will use other groups to distract and dissuade
Yeah.
and still achieve the same goal.
Yeah.
Because all Esau's got to do is have you follow their own doctrine, still take an MOTB, and you're done.
That's it. Yeah.
I think it was Henry Kissinger that said that if they give you a black messiah, it's them that will choose.
Yeah.
They choose to
You
give you a black messiah. It's the elites that will choose who they give you as a messiah.
Yeah.
That's what the
Yeah.
leaders, Henry Kissinger said.
Yeah, look how they treat this guy name, man. I still can't believe he let them say, basically made him like the Lord. When they were giving him praise and all of this, that, and the other. We've got His Spirit in us. I was like, what?
They were trying to say he was Elijah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's it. But
like, whoa, but he learned though.
so
He learned from somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He went as Elijah.
hell no, he
Like-
doesn't
like-
even believe in the
Like the truth started off with him. What?
Like,
Mad.
Nathan doesn't even believe in the Al Bashir Shai,
Isn't
the
it?
name of the Lord, man. He's pushing his Jesus to Christ. His God is another false Messiah, man. And now and then this information coming out, sending people, your brothers, dick pics and shit like that. Like he's off, man.
Another government plant, man.
And he's an agent, man. He used to be a police detective, didn't he? He's already signed that fucking blue wall of silence code or whatever they call it, man. He's already a Mason, man. That's why he's always throwing up hand
That's
signals and all that. Even the garments that he wears, some kind of masonry, the way they designed it. They're always going on marches and shit like that. That's what Masons do, man.
Yeah, well, they're making like another nicer Blue Panthers, basically.
Yeah.
With the
Purple pants,
Purple Panthers.
purple rain cap.
Look at that in comparison to the Apostle Paul, for example, where like his whole attitude was, I hope I've done all the work, and I hope there's a crown of righteousness laid for me up in heaven.
You hope you've done enough, isn't it?
I hope he's done enough, man. It's still saying he feels like he ain't done
Nate,
enough.
Nate wants his crown now. Nate ain't waiting for the kingdom.
Because he ain't wearing one yet.
He wants his accreditations now, man. He
Maybe,
ain't waiting for the kingdom.
maybe he does it in private.
Well, king's in the building, right?
Well,
It shows you that Esau is always trying to infiltrate, man, different camps, COINTELPRO and all that, because he knows this Hebrew Israelite movement's the strongest movement of them all the Black Panthers, all that shit
And he
was
still
good.
needs to run damage control.
So he needs to make sure that he's got his workers working in the field, man.
Yeah.
But he's not able to stop this truth though. No matter how many people he sets up to come up against this truth, all he's doing is helping it at the end of the day. He's furthering it.
Even vocab.
Yeah, vocab's furthering it, man. He's helping it. It's spread the word basically.
And so those one of the apostles was speaking on people, like someone was leaving comments, they said thank you vocab.
Yeah.
If it works for
Led me to the
you,
truth.
yeah.
Led me to the truth. Yeah, so vocab's doing his job like secret disciple, but he's not really
Double
a
agent.
disciple. Yeah, double triple agent. Still the devil though, but the Lord's using him to his benefit.
Hey, you can't do nothing against the truth before the truth.
Yeah.
So no matter what you guys got in your minds to do, your endeavors don't matter what you think you're doing.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Because the only thing that's gonna happen is the Lord's will.
Exactly.
And there's nothing you can do against the Lord's will.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Nothing, man. Nothing at all.
We're not like you're not a threat.
No, man.
It's not even a big issue like that. It's annoying, but like it's not an issue.
like Stephen said in the book of Acts, let these men alone. If it be of men's hands, they will come to naught. But if it's of Yahweh,
Because it's funny, we ain't got to go around the whole world going after Christians to disprove their doctrine. We don't fucking need to do that. Doctrine speaks for itself.
Exactly.
Why are we not going to see no Christians? They don't know what they're talking about anyway. It's not like we got to make a point. We ain't got to make no points. Whether you believe it or whether you hear or forbear, it doesn't matter to us. So why you got all this energy to come after just to debate? If you really believed in your scriptures, in your doctrine, you wouldn't be worried about us, man. You believe that your God's got this, man.
Yeah.
But obviously you don't believe that.
Well, when you elder brother speak about how came out started teaching, it was just from hearing the apostle spoke. Said, look, they should be
Getting cut in the spirit.
yeah, and then you was like, damn, we could have set up a
Yeah,
camp.
Yeah, that's how it starts.
Cutting the
Scripture says
spirit.
in Isaiah, man, you hear a word behind you, say, follow, come this way, follow the way. And that's how we got led into the street. That's how every brother came into the street. It was through the online epistles.
Yep.
Word of mouth and all that. That's how we got these videos. And that's when the spring of YouTube started to come out in 07. That's when it's a height of the internet boom, basically.
Yeah, and those fucking tons of videos, 10-minute videos, tons of parts,
Yeah.
archiving bare videos. I didn't even get around to watch them all. There's so much video that existed even before we all were here doing videos. There's already tons of videos out there. So there's fucking hundreds of thousands of videos out there. Possibly even millions. You know what I mean? Like,
The ones that Esau didn't
crazy.
delete. Esau deleted a whole bunch.
whole
of channels.
bunch.
It's more than like what we call in soft deleting, where it's like it's not really God, it's just like marked as
Archive.
God.
Archive.
Yeah,
Visible,
yeah, yeah. Unless he's gonna save on data space.
And so we truly have studied the internet.
Yeah.
Because no one puts as much content. Nobody. I'm sorry, no fucking influencer.
Oh yeah.
There's no one that
no
puts as
way,
much content
no
as we do.
But that's why it's important not to like get bogged down by all of the editing and all of that sort of stuff, because it's
There's
like
truth out there, man.
yeah, because man, that editing takes time. That's
It
why
is, yeah.
most
We're going for that
influencers-
stage. We were
Yeah.
for that period of time
Yeah.
using Cam Studio, what the fuck it was,
yeah.
Camtasia.
Camtasia.
It was fucking long.
was long,
and
yeah.
parts of it I like doing,
Yeah.
but it just got annoying.
It makes a video nice, it's enjoyable and this, that. Not,
Presentable,
yeah,
but that's not-
yeah,
That's not our, our motto.
Yeah.
That's not the main thing.
yeah. Not saying if you do that, you're up. I'm just saying it's like the fact that we're just putting out the video raw.
Yeah.
You can just do it.
Yeah, the Apostle Paul said, I think not with basically fancy speech.
Yeah.
New speech, he just came with it raw.
Yeah.
Let's say we all went for that kind of era, but it just got tedious at the end.
Yeah. Can't be doing
you know?
that in these days.
The
like,
fucking
bare
the
videos
sound and
every
the
day.
visuals, it's
Time for
long, man.
Yeah.
And I feel much better just with the word out there, man.
Oh,
Time
Especially doing more videos.
exactly. That's what my
We're
point,
doing more videos as a collective now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We ain't got time for all this fucking edit.
Yeah, man. Time is short, man. You got time to be doing super edits.
Yeah.
All these, high produced videos, like
Yeah.
just fillers and all this other shit. Just put the video out, man.
Unless you're really proficient with it,
Yeah, exactly.
Put the shit out.
you know what I mean? Like for me, it takes time, so I'm not gonna bother. It takes much time. But if if you can do it quick, then there's no issue in it.
Yeah.
But just it's the word that's the most important thing.
That's it, man.
Because
The message.
I was gonna say, because maybe that's one of the reasons why the IUIC never puts up a video, because spend so much time in the editing.
They're for
Post
sure.
production.
They're
Nah,
part of
they've got careers to think about.
the-
They're
they're part of the
you know what I mean?
YouTube Israelite scheme that's going on, where they just got the themes and all this editing and
These men are going to be in Hollywood
trying to look like
because they're
superstars.
trying to make the studio and shit.
Right,
Look at that.
right.
They're trying to
right,
make
right,
themselves look like superstars,
Right.
and that's not what the truth's about. That's why the Lord said about you
Thunder
can't
and
serve.
lightning and-
Yeah, you can't serve two masters, man. You either serve Mammon or you serve the Lord. These guys are over excessive with the appearance of things
Everything.
and the
Obviously, everything.
theatrics and deception instead of the actual message.
The outward appearance.
And then the doctrines all inside it, you got all kinds of holes and all kinds of
Dead
shit. That's
man's
why Nate will make suggestions about certain things in the doctrine and butcher scriptures and not be able to understand that you just added to taken away from the scriptures. And his congregation are a bunch of zombies because they are lauding this guy. They're not searching out the scriptures like the Church of Berea.
Mhm.
They're just lauding this guy because they're thinking he's the top guy in Israel,
Yeah.
man. And he's nothing but a highland, man.
Matthew 23:27. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward.
So all your energy and effort goes into how things look.
The outer appearance, man.
So you like the fancy editing, you like the fancy garments, you like the appearance of unity and
The fake unity.
business.
Yeah.
These things you like to portray a
Doing
lot.
things.
Having wives and stuff like that. And
Yeah, all this marching and all this bullshit. And that's not what his doctrine's about. Lord didn't say to go out there and march. He just said preach this gospel, man. And he didn't say to go on no church blitzes either. Going to speak to granny pastors in the church and all that. Try to convert grannies.
Trying to get some more new wine in old bottles.
Yeah, man. The Lord didn't say to do that, man.
Mhm.
And go on the debates and shit, or go on podcast shows. The Lord didn't say to do that. He just said preach this gospel, man. That's all he said, man. He compel Israel to come in.
He told them the 12, speak how men that are like unto yourself. He even gave them regions of where not to go into as well.
Nate wants to go everywhere. He wants to go worldwide.
Yeah, man.
Shmurna.
Yeah, Smyrna.
Bobby Schmurd.
Bro, they got
Flip the hat and all that.
yeah, man.
Popular, isn't it?
Yeah, man. They got schools in Ghana as well, like where they got like them cartoon graphics of nature.
They got school in Russian, man. They got IUIC Russian, way. They got guys speaking Russian.
Hey, but hey,
Fucking
hey,
speak.
Bobby say this, they're doing their thing, man. The word's still getting out. You know,
Yeah, but they're just not
they,
the men of the
they,
Lord.
yeah, they ain't on point.
They're not the men of the
But
Lord,
just
man.
like vocab, they have their part.
Yeah.
You know, they
yeah,
push the word out still.
they're
Because those,
stumbling blocks,
because-
basically.
because those are gonna have to take who he wants anyway.
Mhm.
Everybody's gonna be destroyed. So it really matters not, man. You have your part to play.
Yeah,
We just don't acknowledge you as a man of the Lord.
yeah, you're not.
You know, because as far as we're concerned, from what we see, your actions and what you're doing, it's like it doesn't match up with how you're supposed to be in the scriptures.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. You guys are double-minded. You're not sure of yourselves in the scriptures. And then basically you keep adding and taking away.
Yeah, man.
Because you're about your emotions more than what the Lord's saying, man. You know, and that's what the Lord's not dealing with. You're not dealing with that prideful spirit, man. You guys are all mixed up with pride.
Yeah, man. They're like them vagabond Jews that saw keep calling them.
Yeah, they had the
Popular
name. They
demons,
called
yeah,
upon the
yeah,
name, but the Lord weren't dealing
Yeah,
with
so
it.
they put the shame tags and that, and then they went there like, yeah.
It shows you that everyone that
The
calls upon
Ghostbusters.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh
Shut
Shai,
up.
everyone that calls upon Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai isn't a prophet. So the Lord said that even when he returns, Matthew 7:21, and they say, Lord, Lord, you know, they're going to say, Yahweh Shai, save me. And the Lord said, I don't know you, man. You from me, man.
Apart from me, ye that work
This nigga,
iniquity.
man.
Yep, says, for ye are like unto widened sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones, and all of them and of all uncleanness.
You got all the aesthetics, but none of the substance.
Yeah.
You know, and then we're about the substance.
No foundation.
You know, everything's about the substance, man. You know, what it's really about. And we really push those things across. You know, the fact that you gotta be humble, right? We the names, right?
Yeah.
The Jacob's Trouble, the MOTB. These are all things of substance, things you need to know. Right? Things that can help you be saved if you believe in it.
Mm.
Having a nice garment ain't gonna help you get saved.
Yeah.
You know, believing nothing wrong bad gonna happen isn't gonna help you get saved.
Oh,
And that's another proof that you're not the men of the Lord. Because the scripture says you're supposed to wear sackcloth, garments of mourning, you know. And even Apostle Oda Gabar didn't sit down saying the real apostles, the prophets, wore rough garments to match their rough lives, man. Their rough lifestyle.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be living good in this society, you know, living it up, so to speak, or trying to make it. You're supposed to be living a rough lifestyle, subordinate, lowly lifestyle, basically.
Daily bread and,
You know, yeah, like lowly, man, like just minuscule. You know, not trying to do too much. You know, punching above your weight and all that, man. Just getting your daily bread, being content with that, with bread and cold,
Being
man.
consistent with the work.
Yeah, doing the work. That's the main thing. You guys are about all the other things outside of the truth to make yourself look, to popularize yourself. To make,
Remember,
you know,
remember Bukwash,
yeah, of course,
right? Right?
of course, that guy.
Like he was another scoffer, right? Who was sucked back into the world, right? 'Cause I remember one time he was talking about having jobs and you know I've got 2 jobs and this and that. Well,
Yeah.
where's your work?
Worldly, man.
Where's your work? Like you concentrating too much in the world,
Mhm.
things you need in this world. But we don't need too much in the world.
That's why the Lord said, "Love not the world, man."
There's things we may have in this world, but these are not things we cling to.
Yeah, use
What we need is very little, to be fair.
use, but not
And the more,
abuse.
those sometimes bless you more than what
Yeah.
you might need.
Lord
you know?
said, "Use, but not abuse the world."
That's right.
Because the fashion of this world passeth away.
Because it's all going to be taken away from us
Mm-hmm.
at some point. So there's no point getting attached to it or putting too much energy into it.
Bongo.
You can't tell Nate that, because Nate's got too much.
You got too
You
much
know,
plans.
yeah, too much material wealth.
You got too much plans, man.
No, he's a rich man in this whole thing.
if I remember correctly, was then like not a campus called the Yaradan that they saw building after he was like sporting men like
Yeah,
and
yeah.
getting like back using the money to buy stuff designer,
course.
designer clothes and
No, Jake, that's what Jake do, man. So
Yeah.
you want to fit in.
What does this scripture say? Every bar shut out needs a plant.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be careful, right, Jake?
yeah, man.
You know, and this is why, in terms of charity and arms and stuff like that, don't be fucking stupid and just be handing that money to dudes, man. You got to fucking vet the dude.
Yeah,
vet the dude, man.
Gotta be working.
You got to be a good report.
Yeah.
Before you do things like that, man. You know, because there's Jake trying to scam you, bro. Trying to scam us, man. Because we are generous.
And they
You
know
know
that.
what I'm saying? But yeah, don't be handing over your money to anybody, man. They got to be of a like spirit.
Yeah,
We're
You know,
not doing
The
good.
Apostle Paul even wrote about that because there was an account in one of the churches where he literally wrote if a man doesn't work, then he should basically rough his
Yeah.
and he shouldn't also eat. Because you had situations where men were just giving up, like basically just taking money from men,
extorting, bro.
extorting them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we all got to work for this body. We got to support each other, man. It ain't fair for one person just to get support. A man ain't trying to do shit for you. You know, he ain't helping the body in any other way. You know,
Take it.
yeah.
Jude verse 3. Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you, that you should earnestly contend, meaning like fight for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints. For there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation.
Yeah, so you always had guys that will come out that weren't all the way right in the spirit, man. They come out inspired the Lord's liberties. They wanted to question Yahushua, question
Take
the
advantage.
disciples and all that, tried to catch them slipping, so to speak. And you notice that the wicked scribes and Pharisees and all those wicked ass so-called leaders, they were chasing down Yahushua. He wasn't chasing them. They were trying to question him and
I was running
confound
away.
him. Yeah, they were trying to get away from
Get
him.
away from them, man.
Just like us, we ain't going around trying to chase these Christians and that. They're coming around trying to, chase us down, like vocab and all that. They're trying to question us and trying to confound us. We ain't going around trying to chase them.
But how does that help us? How does that serve us, man? Oh, because we have to. The thing is, the word does all the work. The Most High doing most of the work. You know what I'm saying? So all we got to do is concentrate on the word. The elect will hear.
Exactly.
We haven't got to hunt them down physically.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's never happened to any of us. I've never hunted no brother.
No,
You know what I'm saying? Said, no, you got to come into the truth. It's never happened that way.
Yeah, we
You
don't
know?
have to jump in no planes and none of that. Like Nate and all that. IUIC jumping on planes.
But man, drinking with Dragon Balls.
vocab jumping on plane to plane, try and get everyone to
You know,
leave that plantation Christianity. No, it's BS, man. We don't need to do that. Lord said the internet does all the heavy lifting.
That's right.
The one man watereth, another man planteth, and the Lord giveth the increase, man. The internet does the heavy lifting, man.
Genius is global. Wow.
Exactly. How did we get the word?
Bit more, bro.
Yes, quick one.
Yeah,
John 10 and 27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me.
Right? So we don't have to worry about it too much. We ain't got to worry about the dynamics of power. Right? The Lord is in control. You're not thinking. The Lord is in control, man.
Put out the word.
None of you elect are gonna miss this truth.
None.
Not one.
Except the son of perdition.
No matter where we are, we could be in a fucking basement. We could be on the moon. You know what I'm saying?
Brothers
It
was
doesn't
doing video.
matter.
Brothers was doing video from the basement. But we have internet connection, it still goes out.
You know, we could be underground somewhere. It don't fucking matter. As long as this word is getting out, right? The elect are going to hear it.
Yeah.
Right?
In the deep jungle, Amazon.
Yeah.
Jungle, even got Jake's in the fucking Amazon.
Some
Probably hearing
underwater
this word.
base somewhere. It don't fucking matter. As long as truth can get out there on the internet, it's all good.
That's it.
Because the elect are going to be drawn to it some way, somehow. You know? And everybody else, who gives a fuck? The Most High ain't caring about the rest of these guys.
Yeah.
They've heard it too, man, but it's just not for them.
That's why we ain't out here to debate. You either accept the truth or not. We ain't got
That's
ain't no 21 questions after the fact. We've already explained something to you and you want to come back for more questions and all that, floating around questions. Like the scripture says, no. You accept it, you either accept this truth or you don't. If you don't accept it, that's on your ass, man. That means that it's not for you. This truth is not for everyone anyway, it's for the elect.
That's right.
It says, back in Jude verse 4. But there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation. Ungodly men turning the grace of our Lord Yahweh, whilst Ba'ashem Yahushua into lasciviousness.
Right? So it's self-serving purposes. You know, to fulfill your own lusts. And that's what a lot of these guys are doing, because it appeals to them. They get to live a life that they never got to live.
Yeah, making money.
Yeah, acting gangster and shit. But they can't be real gangsters. So they act like gangsters here. You know, or they get to do rap videos, you know, all this kind of shit. Like, they enjoy doing this shit because that's what the world was doing. The world enjoys doing these things. That's why we don't want that in our ministry. We don't want parts of the world in the ministry. That's leaven. You know what I'm saying? And it's not saying that you can't do a music video. It just don't let it be a part. Nothing to do with the truth. Don't you don't have to publicize all that. You know, you want to spit Hot 16 or whatever, do that. But it shouldn't be part of this ministry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you come and teach the truth, you teach the word, you come and teach the word. You know, don't make it a fucking a jest. You know, like it's a fucking pantomime or some shit. You're out there trying to entertain people. We're not out here trying to entertain nobody. You know, you imagine the men of the Lord, the disciples, the apostles back in the ancient times. They're out there teaching, but they're fucking juggling at the same time. What the fuck for, man? This is not entertainment. You know, we're gonna draw the crowds in if we just do some juggling. You know, we stand on one leg and do all this shit. Yeah, people want to come in and be like, oh yeah, wow, wow. Oh, but what? They ain't interested in what you're saying. They're interested in what you're doing.
Well, that's why how I cursed out
Yeah,
food. Yeah, you just came to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Fed 5,000.
So we don't want none of that shit. We don't want the distraction. We don't need the distraction. We've got the truth, and that's all you're gonna get from us. If you don't want that, bye bye.
Bye bye.
Take a hike.
We done our job.
Go see IYC. Go see ICPK or somebody else, man.
Go to the sellers and buy, man.
You know, we're not here for your entertainment. You know, you either want to repent and be saved or not. You know,
turning the grace of our Lord into lasciviousness, and denying the Lord power thereof, and our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
Yeah, because you had a lot of guys that came into this truth so-called sincerely, and then a lot of them turned faint-hearted, like getting disenchanted, or they just, you know, start adding and taking away from the doctrine, giving heed to seducing spirits, turning away from the truth, sound doctrine, and then they start, you know, denying the Lord that brought them, man, into this faith. They start even denying the name of the Lord, like the IUIC, because before Nate became this big bishop in Israel, he was teaching Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Did a 2-hour breakdown teaching the name of the Lord, man. And then he got into the IUIC thing. Now he's denying the Lord that brought him. So you're going to have many false prophets and vain leaders in this truth of ours, man. Vain leaders in this truth of ours.
yeah, he came into the truth believing upon Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
He came in on that. But that's the first thing he got taught.
Yeah. Now he's denying his name. Oh, that's Ebonics. The Hebrew
Yeah.
Ebonics.
He's denying.
Yeah.
And there's a scripture that speaks about these false prophets. They cause my people to forget my name for Baal, right? But he'll throw around Jesus.
Yeah,
No,
all
he'll
day.
throw around Jesus,
All
right?
day.
But that's a name of a false idol,
Even
a false god.
even Hassad, man, I've watched certain videos, and he keeps pulling out that name Jesus, like to say it can't get old.
That's nothing but a name of Baal, man.
Yeah, he keeps saying Jesus. That's not the name of the Lord. Where do you get Jesus from? You sound like a damn Christian, man. That's not the name he was given.
Scripture says, I continue down the things that I've done.
Exactly.
And none of them recognize this. They don't recognize their strength
Yeah, they don't recognize their faults.
because they no longer fit that now. If you're not meant to depart from what you was taught, then what is it you're doing now? Because now you're teaching yourself. Apparently now, you're your own teacher now, and anything you can disregard anything you was taught before. Because if it doesn't suit you, you can change it. But that means you stray from the path then.
This is the one you quoted. I'm going to start with verse 12. This is Jeremiah 23 from 20. Yeah, I'll start from 26. It says, how long? 25 actually. I have heard what the prophet said, that prophesied lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed.
Yeah, all these so-called breakdowns and these prophecies that you man are supposed to be speaking on, right? Like Nate was denying the time of Jacob's trouble. Nate was still denying the MOTB, right? He's got his own vision. He's a dreamer, right? He's got dreams as well, right?
False divination.
So he's got his own thing that he thinks is going on, or what he's portraying anyway. I think he knows what's going on. He's just lying, personally.
Yeah.
But you know, but he's deceiving his congregation through his doctrines that he's got going on, right?
It says, how long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yea, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart, which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal.
Yeah, they're saying, oh, we don't know the Hebrew, and we don't know the true name of the Lord. We do know, man. Why would the Lord tell us that we need to call upon his name but not give us his true name? What is that? Why would he tell us to go out there and proclaim his truth and not give us his name?
When does that ever happen?
That we're coming.
When does that ever happen? When has ever the Lord rose up somebody that he's dealing with and never told him his name? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a part that they didn't know who they were serving. I don't know.
Yeah.
But when Moses, when the Lord came to Moses, Moses asked him,
Yeah.
"Who should I say? Who should I
Sent
say?
me,
Who should I say to the children of Israel? Who sent me?"
Yeah.
And the Lord told him, right?
Yeah,
And
I
every
was right.
time a prophet came up, he came in the name. And that's why Psalms, I think David speaks about blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord. How can you do those things if the Lord's not giving you his name?
The
So-
book of John 17, the Lord said, you gave the disciples your name. He said, he
Yeah.
said it specifically, I gave them your name so they can preach the gospel. Man.
So,
Because how can you preach the gospel if you're not teaching in the name of the Lord? Because who's going to get credit then?
but it's
It's the Lord's name needs to be
Yeah.
needs to be magnified.
Ezekiel 36. It says that the Lord is saving us and doing all this great work for His holy name's sake, right? Which once again is why it's important, as the elders just touched on, to speak on the name, because we're saying the Lord's gonna have it whereby these elites are gonna bring out the MOTV, the economy is gonna crash. He's gonna force it upon the people to take it. Then America's gonna be completely destroyed, right? When these things happen, people are gonna be like, well, the God that they mentioned, his name was Yahweh, and his son's name was Yahweh Shai. Therefore, that is who did all of this. It's all about magnifying the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
It's not about our names.
You know.
It wasn't about Jeremiah. It wasn't about Isaiah.
Yeah,
These are nothing, these men, as great as they were nothing but tools
Yeah.
of the Heavenly Father, right? And so we're not here to magnify our own names. We're not aiming to be household names in the Israelite community. We don't really give a shit about none of that.
Yeah.
Nate is definitely
he's
definitely
trying to be
he cares
household,
about that, right?
So, yeah.
Right, the great bishop, he cares about that. You know, he cares so much, right? He loves being adored,
Mhm.
right? Because it's now really all about Nate. It's about
Yeah.
him now.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he's not giving no props to the Heavenly Father really, and the Son is not. He's not respecting their names.
Yeah.
Right, but everyone knows Nate's name
Yeah, unlike
and worshiping him essentially.
yeah. I was gonna say, unlike with examples of the apostles, examples of Yahweh Shai, when Yahweh Shai performed the miracle, right? He said it was my Father, right?
Give the glory to the
Give
Father.
the glory to the Father, man.
Apostle Paul rebuked them for putting them on a pedestal.
Pedestal, yeah.
You know, he actually said straight, was it Paul that was crucified for you that died?
And you can see that in our apostles, right?
Yeah.
They act the same way. They come in the same spirit, and that is what you're looking for. You know what I mean? You're reading the scriptures, and that's what you're looking for. Guys like that, not guys like Nate. How does he fit any of this? Who he fits is these wicked scribes and Pharisees.
Yeah.
If you read earlier,
Probably like Caiaphas.
that love the uppermost seats in the feast rooms and stuff like that. That's him. He loves that.
He's probably Caiaphas.
Riding in the horses and shit.
He's probably Caiaphas in the reincarnation.
Yeah,
He tried to smoke Yahweh Shai.
Wouldn't even be surprised.
You know, or spit in his face. He's probably one of them wicked scribes and Pharisees that was in the council, persecuting Yahweh Shai, man. You know, giving him false judgments and that.
It's the book of Acts 3 and 12.
They do it to us. They do it to
Yeah.
us. They do it to the apostles. They've got all these false accusations against the apostles and all that. You know, they're always making up some assumptions and all that, presumptuous. So they're the same wicked niggas that was going after Yahweh Shai in the reincarnation.
That's how them detectives are. They want to try and get you to falsely commit.
False accusers.
false
and all that.
accusation. So you were there at 8 o'clock at
Yeah.
X, Y, Z.
Yeah,
You know you were there.
Definitely.
Actually, what's that? No.
This is the book of Acts 4 and 12. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved.
So how can we use another name? How can you replace it? Come on. You don't even know it, you don't know it, man.
And that's why Nate and these guys will never go into the etymology of words. 'Cause when you go into that word, the name and all that,
Which you used to do.
Yeah, it used to do. It goes back to the word Joshua, which in the Hebrews, how you say Yahweh Shai. That's how you say Yahweh Shai's name in the English, so to speak.
And even if you use going blue there, I know it's not quite on point, but even it will tell you how Shawai or something like that.
Yeah.
So much
but it
closer
gives you
than
the
what
roots.
he's not even trying to use none of that.
Give you the roots of that.
Mm.
It says Yahweh Shai.
And the other variant is Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
When you go into it, so it's there to be seen. You just don't want to use it.
No.
You don't want to speak it. It's
Yeah.
not really dealing with it.
That's why he gets bugged out with the word Mark. Because he'll probably go to Romans 16 and 17.
Oh,
I
man.
think that's the same word for Mark where it says mark them, is Ezekiel
That's fucking
saying
semantic.
Ezekiel 9:4.
He's
It's two
saying,
different words.
yeah, he knows that. He
One's
knows that.
Hebrew, one's Greek. Then you go to Revelation 13 and 16, 17. That's a totally different Greek word from Romans 16, 17.
He just plays fucking games. He knows that.
He knows, but he's been paid. He's been paid
Paid
to
not
do
to know.
otherwise.
Paid not to know.
Paid not to know. He's been compromised.
One more,
Yeah, yeah.
It's about Salak, Ecclesiasticus 17 and 10. And the elect shall
call upon
praise
the name.
his holy name.
The elect shall call upon the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Maybe not the not elect though.
Yeah.
Maybe they won't because they ain't got it. Maybe you ain't got it because you're not
That's
the
it,
elect.
not the elect.
You know?
And even when you read Zechariah 13 and 9, it touches on a similar thing as well. You know, about the elect, you know, the 1/3 that are saved, calling on that name. You know, so because which is proving that we're not going to get the name in the kingdom, where we have to have the
Before the
name
kingdom.
before.
The Lord said he's going to return unto us a pure language.
We're gonna be in so much fucking peril.
Mm.
Time of Jackie Trouble is real, right? We're gonna be in so much fucking peril. You don't think we're gonna be calling upon the name of the Lord for fucking safety, protection,
Yeah.
bro? You probably do it all day, all night,
Yeah.
right? Because it's gonna be so crazy. Like
Yeah.
you don't know from 1 minute to know what's gonna be happening. So, like I said, we don't know the path, we know the destination, right? And so you're gonna be calling upon the Lord all the time because you're just gonna be like,
Yeah.
I need help. I need help.
Literal prayer about
Right now, it's kind of it's things calm on a certain level, but it's not gonna be calm at all in that time, man. And you're gonna be wanting help all the time,
needing
needing help.
Spiritual
Right.
intervention.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you ain't got a name to call upon, who the fuck are you calling upon?
Even,
Ghostbusters?
even these average people, man, even the average person, when something's going on, the first thing that comes out of their mouth, especially these women, oh my God, oh
Yeah.
Jesus, and that, oh my God, that's the first thing that come out of their mouth.
Ain't no Jesus
But they ain't got,
coming.
but they ain't got the true name. So of course, the men of the Lord, we're gonna call upon those names
Yeah.
in the time of said perils, man.
Good
Yeah,
say.
who the, yeah, so-
And I was just saying, and also just giving thanks. Because it might be, oh, hey, Roxy Abashimia Shai. Right, a stray flies, oh shit, Roxy Abashimia Shai. You know? It's all about praising the name of Yahweh Shimia Shai. That's right. That's what it is.
yeah, like who legitly who are you gonna call on in that time? Are you gonna say are you really gonna say fucking Jesus, man?
You're gonna call it. They're going. They're,
Or
no,
you just
no,
gonna
they're
say
gonna.
God?
Just like that bitch and Sonia, whatever her name is.
Oh,
But a cop shot her in the face 3 times. She said, "Gee, I'll rebuke you in the name of Jesus the Christ."
yeah.
He said, "No, you better not."
yeah.
He pulled out the strap. They got 3 times in the face.
Great.
Those are the people that have to be calling on Jesus in that day, and they're gonna get taken out.
Yeah.
They said they're gonna go from one dilemma to another.
That's it.
The
Oh,
the
yeah,
bear did
yeah,
hit him,
yeah, yeah.
and they're gonna go from one dilemma to another, and the Lord's not gonna deliver them because you ain't got the names.
Because there's in this world, man, there's no fear of the Most High. There's no a reverence of Yahweh Shem Yahshua whatsoever, right? So the Lord is coming to correct that, man. Which is why he once again he's getting his heralds, because we're heralds,
Ambassadors, yeah,
ambassadors.
heralds,
You know, yeah.
Servants.
Imagine you
Same
seeing an ambassador goes to the UN. Who you representing? I don't know.
Hello.
They'll kick you out, man. Get out of
The
here.
name of
Man.
the country is.
Exactly.
Some double agent.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
You ain't getting in there.
The scripture says the name of the Lord is a strong tower. So you gotta have the names in your mind, man. That's part of the having that mark, the spiritual Star Wars, having the names written in your. It says that in Revelation. They had their names written in the forehead.
Yeah.
So they
So
knew.
that's part of having a spiritual Star Wars.
Yeah.
Exemption from judgment is knowing the names of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's it.
Not the Most High and Christ bless. They ain't gonna
And
deliver.
Yahweh Shai said it, I've given them your name.
Yahweh Shai said it.
Yahweh Shai said that. So if Yahweh Shai is here, because Yahweh Shai said he'll always be with us, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Why would we not know?
exactly.
That's just crazy.
It's
Why
funny
would we
'cause
not
when brothers first came into the truth and you heard those names, something just clicked.
Oh,
You didn't even doubt. You just knew straight away. Oh, that's the name of the Father and that's the name of the Son. You didn't doubt and say, no, it might not be. It might be the Epic of Gelbo mission,
Oh,
or some bullshit like that.
Because it's always easily done, like it's so quick and easy, right? You know automatically that Jesus is not his real name.
Yeah.
Straight up, like that's the easiest thing you could know.
Yeah.
Fucking
Because it's the most easy,
name of the devil.
disprovable thing.
Yeah. So even like you look at the 1600s, you know that hey, the Y was there before
Yeah.
the J.
So
Then
So you know that's a lie straight away. So we don't even deal with that.
Mhm.
That doesn't exist. So now you have to go deeper now. And this is why when you come across it, it has to click. Like if you're in the spirit, it will click.
Yeah.
Because it can't be the other. It can't be the alternative that we've been told.
Yeah. He read it
Because
earlier.
that's definitely a fucking lie.
He read it earlier, John 10 and 27. Servants hear his voice. They hear the word of the Lord and they know that's the truth and they follow it.
That's right.
Sheep hear my voice.
It says that the elect will be made of quick understanding. They'll
Yeah,
hear it
there
and
you
then
go.
they automatically know it
Yeah.
will resonate.
It's just like a
Click.
switch that turns on in your mind, man.
Yeah.
That's the Lord supping with you. He's opening it. Said the Lord said he will knock
Yeah.
at the door of your mind.
Make you aware of these things, though you once knew them and that. You know?
That's why vocab can't get it, man. And other guys that try,
Doors are
yeah,
closed to him.
the doors are, yeah, that shit got padlocks on there.
Yeah.
He ain't getting in it.
Yeah.
And plus he's a heathen anyway, so
That's it.
he's
Ain't gonna
proclaimed
go.
he's that side of the temple.
Well, the table made a snare.
But like guys like
Nothing but
Prasad,
snare.
the Lord's starting to take whatever gifts he gave him, the Lord's starting to take it away from him. Because he's starting to push
And it's happened
basically
so
that
many
Christian,
times.
yeah,
It's happened
nothing
so many
new.
times in the past, man.
Nothing
He's
new,
not. He thinks he's different. He's special.
yeah.
He's not. He's the same. The same as everybody else that fell off.
Every
man.
other reject, man.
That departed.
That's it.
You know. That's what happens when you
Yeah.
depart from the truth.
Suffer
Yeah.
from pride.
You become wayward and just things become crazier and crazier, man.
Yeah.
You know.
How can them man have Hebrew names but the Lord have?
Exactly. That's mad.
There you go.
Mad.
Double standards right there, man.
It just shows the erring understanding, like the scripture says. The erring understanding, they lack, real spiritual discernment, man. You know, like the Lord's putting blockers on their minds, basically. And really, like Hassad and Afar, the elders been saying, they're the stumbling blocks. And sooner rather than later, they're gonna drift off into the sunset anyway, or wither away, you know, because they're just like the shy Israelites and all that. They was around for a little while, and then they withered away, you know. Nas and all them guys there, they tried to come back strong, but then the Lord took whatever gifts he gave them, he took it away from them, man. He gave it onto someone else that's worthy. You know, at the end of the day, this is about the elect. This ain't about saving all Israel and all that. It's about the elect.
Something. Isaiah 12:4. And in that day shall ye say, praise ye Yahweh, call upon his name, declare his doings among the people, make mention that his name is exalted.
That's what we got to do. Exalt the names of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Not know Jesus the Christ, man. That's not the name of the Lord, man.
He ain't the one doing this.
That's a other white meat, man. That's a false Messiah that you're calling upon. Man.
The leper stood.
So obviously, because that name carries an image with it. But like, for instance, when the scriptures talk about calling on the name of the Lord, it's also like representing exactly what the Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is on, right? Because if you say Yahweh Shai, but you're speaking about Edomites can make it, you're talking about something else, man.
Yeah, it's talking about false Messiah.
You know?
He doesn't speak about all love. Is it?
Yeah, all love.
The Heavenly Father is contract. Man.
Yeah.
It's about judgment, and mercy as well.
Yeah. Righteousness.
They think John 3:16 is talking about the Lord loves the whole world because we don't have understanding. Man.
Yeah.
We don't know the meaning of words, the etymology of words. The word world is talking about secular organization of people, man. Small specific number of people known as the Israelites, man. That's right. They ain't talking about the whole fucking world, man.
And Christians deny things that are straight in front of their face. You know, they haven't got an answer why there's a bunch of Africans dying, children.
Yeah.
You know, because why would they be dying? If the Lord loved them, why would they be dying? Why is there war? Why is there anything bad on the planet? And they like to have discussion, well, Satan is doing this and that. And what do you mean? What's the most I can't deal with him?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, saying
You have to make all these fucking excuses that don't make no fucking sense. You know, the Lord is just not, he just doesn't love everybody, man. It's just the truth. You know?
Bro, I was gonna say the Lord said in Deuteronomy, the 32nd chapter, he kills and he makes alive. He brings and he heals, man.
So he's the source of all these things. You're whether be good or evil.
Yeah. Oh no, you got to. I was gonna say that. Oh.
Sirach 18:3. Whoso governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. For he is the king of all, and by his power dividing holy things among them from the profane.
yeah, so the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. That's what people don't understand, man. Every decision you make in this life, it's already been predestined.
Yeah, Satan don't rule shit.
Satan answers to the Heavenly Father, man. That's why when Job, the first chapter, second chapter, said all the sons of God came into the meeting, the council, even Satan. So that means Satan is a son of the Most High, man. He takes orders. He takes orders like every other angel, man. Whether you're on the left hand or the right hand side. You got evil angels, you got righteous angels.
Yeah.
And Satan's been given permission to deal with Esau and Estelle to have this kingdom the way it is.
Yeah.
You know? But Satan's not doing nothing the Most High never gave him orders to do. The Most High sent him to do this.
Exactly.
You know, he's not no
He's
fucking
a,
rebel,
he's
man.
a servant, just like everyone else.
Yeah, he ain't fighting against the Heavenly Father. You mad? What child fights against his father?
Exactly.
And your father just has to be those powerful being in existence. Like, it's not fucking happen. You know?
Yep.
And I said the angels, whether we consider them demons or not, left hand side, right hand side, they're all made to serve the Lord.
That's it, man.
You know, for different purposes. Because most High designs it for purposes.
Yeah, like at the time when Ahab was about to go to war, was there at war.
And the council,
The council was the angel, and he said, we're going to go and he persuaded, Ahab to go to fight war so he can die.
That's right, yeah. That's it, man. Everyone has to play their part. That's it, man. And whether it's the spiritual realm or in this third dimensional realm that we're in right now, everyone has their part to play. Everyone takes orders.
First Samuel 2:6. The Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
Yeah, so if you see a so-called baby get hit by a stray bullet, who sanctioned that death, man?
Yeah.
It wasn't Satan. It was the Heavenly Father, man. Because there's no new thing under the sun. There's a thing called reincarnation. So that baby in another lifetime done something against the Father, and he paid for it in his judgment in another life. There's no such thing as by coincidence, or by accident. There's no such thing as an accident in the scriptures, man. You know, if someone's desired to, if someone's if the Lord has it out for you, for you to get hit, whatever way fashion it is, that was your lot.
the Lord can kill you or he can make you suffer.
Yeah.
You know, have you have near death experiences, bring you back, have some more bad experiences.
Yeah, man.
The Lord can torture you, man, in
Lord
this
can do what
world.
he wants.
You know, you think you get lucky because you didn't die in this particular situation.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think it might not be a blessing, man.
That's why Esau's so proud, because Esau thinks, as they get old and grey, like the Rothschilds and all that, they just die of old age, and they think they're just gonna leave sailing to the sunset in their coffin, not knowing that they're gonna come back in another life, and they're gonna serve their penance in another life for what they did in their past life, man. No one escapes, man. The Lord said, "There's none that perish being innocent."
Yeah, that's right.
None that perish being innocent. So if anyone gets put to death, like that woman that got shot in the face 3 times, the Lord had it out for her, man. And plus she called on the name Jesus. So he was like, you pissed me off even more by calling on that name.
Well, that was like a sign.
And he said in the article, he said that he thought he was basically when she said, I rebuke you, like he was saying, like I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
That's why, because you said take it back. He was telling her to take it back because he thought he was gonna die. Which eventually he is anyway, because he's a Edomite, gonna go into slavery. But even he knew, he's like, no, don't call upon that name, and you know what I'm saying, because that means something's gonna happen to me.
I've never seen that on like a cop footage before. That was something for it to come out and be such a big story. That was kind of like, yo, don't call on that name. Don't do it. Don't do it. No. Literally, like, who say you better not? That's a sign, man.
Better not.
That shit ain't gonna work here.
Put the pot down.
Yeah. Oh man.
Bro, you got anything else?
Yeah.
What did I ask? I'll read it. This is Ecclesiastes 8:8. There is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither hath he power in the day of death, and there is no discharge in that war, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it.
So we're all bound by fate.
Yeah.
By destiny, purpose. Yeah. Like that's on a higher level that most people don't understand. They want things to live in their lives free, sovereign, just doing what they want to do. That's not how things are really playing out. Because otherwise, prophecy wouldn't have to come to pass.
Yeah.
If everything wasn't controlled, how would you ever get to the end point that's required?
Yeah.
Because there'd be too many variables. There'd be too many outcomes. Yeah. Multiverse. Multiverse shit.
Right? One way.
No, there's no way. So everything has to be in line with what the Most High wants. So everybody's living a life, some mundane, unimportant lives, maybe, but they're still being moved in the spirit.
Even in
on that side.
What was the multiverse Doctor Strange, man, showed you that. Well, with the Endgame, tried to do different alternatives to get out of the
To win,
situation
yeah.
to beat Thanos, but it came every single time it came to the same conclusion. That shows you can't deny fate, man. Fate is where
Yeah.
it is.
The law's the rule. You know, you could
Yeah,
have
but,
that.
but you remember in that movie though, that one
Yeah.
situation where they could win.
Yeah.
Like he didn't want to spill the beans in that. But that's Esau mentality. Like he knows really he should be fucking done in.
Yeah.
Like he can't win. But there's that one chance. One chance I could win. And this is what he's banking on. He really thinks Satan's got him thinking.
Yeah.
Satan's having a
Satan's
time with him. You know, he's got him
Yeah.
thinking that he can possibly win. If he just does this and does this and does that, he can upset the Most High's plan. But Satan's laughing at him. Saying that was his job to deceive you. He's the deceiver, right? So he's laughing at you. Sitting next to the Most High, laughing at you.
Said
know?
that. He that sit in the heavens shall laugh and have them in derision.
For saying that Satan's on his left hand side there, man. He's laughing at you, man.
Yeah, you see where he is.
That's it. Satan's his to use, right? So you got you.
Like,
in a
well
trick
done, my
bag.
son. You know, you did the right. Gave him the right message. You know.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
gonna,
just like the council used to make, I'll become a lying spirit in his mouth.
Yeah.
That's the left hand side for you, man.
Yeah.
And demons get used for that. Angels, whatever you want to call them, they get used for that sort of stuff, man. And Esau's been told he's the big. Well, funny thing about it, he's doing all this deception, but he's the biggest deceived person on the planet.
Yeah. Deceiver and deceiver.
Yeah.
are his.
He's the most deluded. Which is funny. It's ironic.
The property you see that the Lord has to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
But there's even an account where there was a prophet that was given a job to, and he listened to another
Proper.
prophet that
Along the
was
way.
on the way,
Yeah.
and he got put to death because he didn't do what the Lord told him.
The Lord said, "Don't go." He went. Eat up by line.
Yeah, man. So, any last scripture? Yeah, finish that.
This is the book of Luke 39 and 28, which say, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fuel lay on so strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the lust of him that made them.
Yeah, so the Lord have spirits created on the left hand side, the right hand side. Basically, everything under the heavens that the Lord created, visible and invisible, was used for the Lord's appeasement, man. Everything that He created is used for His own fulfillment. Yeah, because He created it. That's why the Lord can use weather, like tornadoes and shit, to tear people's towns up, tear people's houses, destroy their whole livelihoods. You know, you have these wildfires in California, burning people's houses down,
Man crying.
burning their mansions down. You know, the Lord can use weather. You can use animals. You know, to tear people's asses up. You can use the insect. You can use insects, creepy crawlies, whatever. Or you can use diseases, disease warfare. Or you can use people. He's using Esau Edom to destroy nations right now. So the Lord can use anything to his disposal, man.
Make you depressed, kill yourself.
Yeah.
Whole shit.
Then you got these death angels out here ready to be released. The Lord's gonna turn up.
You're walking in the street, the tree will fall on your head.
Tree fall,
Yeah, building fall in your head.
tires from fucking lorries just jump down the road and lick you in the head.
Yeah,
It's a mad shit, bro. It's like how?
accurate as hell as well. Though. And the angel was just there making sure it just bounced.
Yeah. Caricature and everything, man.
There was that commercial plane in Brazil recently,
yeah.
flying, and all of a sudden it just
Disappeared.
started spiraling in the air.
Yeah.
The angel was like,
Oh, check Kobe.
Chariot probably
yeah.
just probably pushed it in a,
That's
you know,
it.
gave it a little nudge and made it go spiral out of control.
Kobe was doing a routine flight.
Yeah,
And it just spiraled out, man. And
Yep.
destroyed him and his daughter.
Yep.
daughters, yeah.
Angel
Yeah.
was just like,
Yeah.
So this is why you can't mess around, man. Because there's things above the, you know, in a different realm that's above our pay grade, above our knowing, man. And that's Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and the angels. They control this realm, man.
They got their own assignments, man.
Yeah.
We got ours, and they got theirs.
And they're going to be unleashed more and more as we go into these last days. Daniel's the 12th chapter. That's why there's going to be things happening on the earth that people can't explain, man. Stupid things. People going to be bugging the fuck out.
Just
Even
like in
the other
Egypt.
day, there was a video and it showed the spirit like running at the speed of light across the screen, man, and not across the camera. And there was like a biker riding their bike in the city, and you just see the spirit just moving like fucking
Flash.
Silver Surfer, like Flash, across the fucking camera screen, man. It looked like an angel, man. And it was moving at the speed of light.
There was one on the lightning mast.
Yeah, the light,
The electric mast.
the electric,
Yeah,
electric.
that was a crazy.
Things like that are going to be happening more and more, man. You know, people are going to be thinking, oh, it's all CGI and that. But really, it's the Lord working, man.
we're going to come to a time where there's going to be no, it could be this, it could be that. You're going to know the Lord is judging.
Yeah. even another video I watched today earlier was regarding a chariot. A bunch of RAF or one of them US forces saw a chariot come down on their base, and they said it opened up and they saw a whole bunch of black people come out of the chariot, man, with weapons and all that. You know, so the angels are a force not to be reckoned with, man. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua is definitely not one to be reckoned with.
So they can invade your forts,
Yeah,
all kinds of things, you know. So yeah, they're not beings you can really mess with, man.
no.
You know what I'm saying? I know Esau preparing for intergalactic space war or whatever, man, but he ain't ready to do nothing on that level, nothing on that scale, man. You know, when the angels turn up, man, it's a wrap.
That's it.
You know,
Right. So, you know,
yeah.
we'll close out. Give all praises and glory to
Yeah,
Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakapadash.
Double honesty, apostles, and odds, a great also, and blessings to the hopeful and sincere elect, man. Shalom.
Shalom.